Hello guys, just going to do a quick audio test before we start. Hello guys, we are here in the lovely Gatwick airport. Got some rather horrid weather going on here, very rainy, so let's jump inside the 737. Oh my word, lag, there we go, that's better. And yeah, we are here at the lovely Gatwick airport, the UK 2000 scenery, and we are testing out a brand new plugin today called Self-Loading Cargo. So we are a 737-800. Unfortunately, it does mute the sound when I click on it. It's nothing, you know, you can't do anything about it. Now, departure time, I have actually changed it slightly, just to make sure. And we are looking like the block time is going to be about 2-3 minutes longer than planned, so I'll add 5 minutes onto it to make sure passengers don't get angry if we're late. 40 minutes from now seems, actually, you know what, now we'll say 40 and 20. There we go, that sounds good. It's a block time of 2 hours and 40, so we're adding 5 minutes onto the block time because of the given flight time. Everything's looking good there, so go ahead and start the flight there. And there you go. So this is not linked to the plane or anything, so we won't tell them we're ready for boarding or anything. I'm going to make sure all the sounds are muted as well, because there's no point getting any sound in here. I don't want any sound from them. I'm going to get all my sound from GSX. We have got a little, there you go, cargo. It's going to take 9 minutes to load on board. Right, let's go ahead and get ourselves into the flying. Excellent. Get ourselves into the actual flying today then. So, well, yeah, just go on with it really. So we'll go down to the fuel. We'll start loading in our fuel and everything. So today we are taking 8677 on the fuel. Excellent. Got a little bit in centre tank today. It's expected. It's actually quite a long flight, this one. Make sure the centre pumps are off for now then. And all this is set up. I want to make sure external power is turned on as well, so we'll do that. I'm not getting the best of performance here, but that's because it's very busy here and it's raining at the same time, I think. Right, on goes ground power, off goes the APU. I'd like to be a little bit quieter in here. Everything, make sure everything's all set up there. Right. That will allow us now to get started with today's flight. So, fuel is in. Payload, we are taking 166 today. So that is, well, we can't do that, so it's going to be full, because this is apparently a dual cabin layout, but it isn't. We'll ignore that. And we're looking for a zero fuel weight today of, zero fuel weight of 59. 59 bang on. So we actually want to take 1800 away. So let's get rid of cargo, and then that'll help me solve. So we need to add 5, take off, so 4.7. That is 2,000, 2,350, is it? I want to say. There we go, 59 dead. Centre of gravity is all good. The satisfaction of passengers will start to go down. It looks like we have got some rather unhappy passengers so far today. So the way this plugin works, it simulates a whole passenger load of people, and sometimes, you know, at the start their mood is randomised. So right now they might be very sad. Depending on who we've got, they might be a little bit scared of flying, maybe. I don't know. But it does mean that we are going to have to try and build up their satisfaction a little bit quicker. But never mind, we'll make sure the Wi-Fi is turned off as well, we don't need that. Right, everything's all good then. So we'll close the front door and then open it again. We are here on the ground in Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. And we'll plan it in our route. We're heading down to L-I-E-E, Lee, which is Cagliari. Cagliari. I think it's Cagliari. Right, and course line today is Skyways UKV 2078. Skyways 2078. We'll say 2078, obviously. Cool. Everything's all good in there then. I won't bother planning the route just yet. We'll wait for our clearance to do that. Right, let's get GSX loaded up then. It's going to cause even more lag than I've already got to deal with. Here, 15 planes, everything running like crazy, 166 packs. Now I need to make sure that when GSX starts boarding, I start self-loading cargo. I've made them so both passengers board 2 seconds per passenger. That was the default in GSX, and I'm just making sure that that is carried across in self-loading cargo. So we will open the door, and then as soon as I hear, there you go, ready for boarding. So everyone's going to start boarding. It should be at roughly the same pace.
Now, so as soon as you're ready, you can open the doors and start letting the passengers on board. Thank you.
Right, there you go. That's that then. Everything's all good then. So we'll go ahead and tune ourselves to ground that are online. 121.8. Very full ATC on here today. We currently have ground and tower and approach. Make sure to grab the ATIS first, actually. We have information tango. Okay, nothing too important. We'll just make sure we have information tango. We're at stand 105, I believe. I'll get the charts open now. Airport parking stands and the SID. And from there, let's go ahead and look at the charts then. So make sure I'm in the right place. Oh great! GSX thought there was 100. There was 16 people, so that's bugged. We will ignore that. Why did it think there were 16 people? I entered 166. You silly thing. No mind. We'll ignore that. Right, over to 121.8 then, and I will make sure that we're pre-tuned tower as well, which is 124.225. So just 2-2 on this plane. There we go. Everything's all ready then for us to go ahead and contact them. We'll go ahead and turn on the seatbelt sign as well. Make sure people start getting themselves secured if they need be. Right, we have information tango. Oh, approach has gone offline now. That's a shame. Just check my audio is working. I can't hear anyone. Yeah, it's working. I couldn't hear anybody, but that must be because it's quiet on frequency. Hello, Gatwick ground. This is Skyways 2078 with you at stand 105, type 737-800 with information tango requesting clearance to Cagliari. Oh boy. We're gonna get... Is my Vatsim working?
Skyways 2078, Gatwick ground, good afternoon. Cleared Calgary, Bogner 1 X-ray departure, squawk 0327.
Cleared Cagliari on the Bogner 1 X-ray departure, squawk 0327 for Skyways 2078. I'm not going
2078, read back correct.
I'm not going to Calgary, but whatever. I said Cagliari. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's like a silent, it's like a weird G. Whatever it is, it's not Calgary, but never mind. He's got a flight plan. If I was going to Cagliari, I would not be given the Bogner departure. Right, runway 26 left, Bogner.
For push and start.
We'll ignore GSX, but
Kilo stand 34, push start, proof face off.
Pushing starboard to south, 5 kilo.
Oh, that's my fault. I haven't filed the flight plan yet. Ooh, I haven't filed it yet. Right, let's go ahead and file it then. Using... No, I won't bother saying that we're using self-loading cargo. I'll just leave it. Right, file the flight plan. That's my own fault. Luckily, they already understood where I was going because I pre-filed it, so they can still see it. Right, we're going from Bognor then onto our route today. We're going to take UL. Why is the text? Why is this not working? Is it tab? Oh, it's tab, not shift. UL 612, and we're taking that to Resmi. From there, we're going on UM 728 to Okrok to UN 858 to Corsi, and I'm taking M733 to Bolot. From there, we are jumping on to M858 to Ramen. That's a good breakpoint name, isn't it? Ramen. And then we're jumping on M732 to Kovas. Now, originally we were planning the Kovas 1 Bravo, but after looking at the approaches, we haven't got an ILS available in Cagliari, so it made no sense going to the Cagliari VOR to join an ILS because it's the wrong runway. So we're going to be using a VOR. That's the only one available for our runway.
Hi there, we are pretty much ready to go up here. We've got the load sheets on board, so once everyone's on board, please feel free to close the doors, and we can get going.
We're still waiting. That's the captain that comes with this.
We're almost done.
You can turn on things like that, but we'll leave it. Yeah, 160.11 the wind, so definitely going to be that arrival. So it's going to be runway 14. So we're taking the Kovas 1 Quebec, and we're taking the VOR X-ray for runway 14 with the turret transition. Activate that. We should see they go about 886 miles. It's a very long flight today, actually. It's a little bit longer than planned. No, back on my plan once we put in the transition and things. Just checking the weather down here in... we weren't told about the QNH, so we'll go ahead and check that now. QNH is 1010. We'll go ahead and set that. Oh, clicked it a little too much. There we go, 1010. We'll get the flight director's left side, right side. Why does it look like there's a light turned on? It definitely looks like there's a light turned on that's highlighting the VNAV and the LNAV and things. Auto brakes can be set to RTO. We'll do our init ref now. So 0 fuel weight in there, 59.0. Reserves today.
Heaver Ground, very good afternoon. Speedbird 452, FSX 320, stand 515.
Reserves, where are you?
Clearance, please.
Reserves are going to be upon
Last
landing
station, Speedbird
3.
452. This is Gatwick ground. You're currently not on Gatwick ground, so just check the frequency.
Speedbird 452, apologies.
We're going to be cruising today at 350 is the plan. That's what we're planning, isn't it? So 350.
Easy 244 Kilo request taxi.
350 and cruise winds today are going to be
EC24 Foxtrot
255
Kilo Bravo 1 via
at
Papa.
038.
Bravo 1 via Papa, easy 244 Kilo.
Execute that, and then we want to make sure our transition altitude is correct. It's 6,000 here in Gatwick, 6,000. No D rates on the takeoff today. We're going to be doing flaps 5. There you go. V2 is going to be 150. That's quite a high V2. Okay, why not? That's a bit high for this plane, but there we go. Trim is going to be 4.74.
785 Echo ready for push and start.
Easy 785 Echo, go ground. Stand 52, push that proof face east.
There you go. 4 point.
Push and start approved facing east. Easy 785 Echo.
I'm just basically trimming the trim so it's exact. There you go. 4.74. There you go. All set. Cool. That's everything all ready then for our departure. We are almost finished boarding, so we can get the APU fired up. We can get the fuel pumps fired up. We are a little bit early. 23 minutes we're due off in, and that's actually been moved back by 20 minutes as well, believe it or not. I was a little bit early starting the stream.
taxi.
That's why. Altitude, we're going to go...
5 Kilo, taxi Kilo Alpha
We
Kilo,
haven't been
hold
given,
short Papa.
we haven't been given an initial climb either. We need to close the doors now. And that'll do that. Oh, it does actually link to the doors. That's amazing. I did not think it did that. Well, there we go. Everything's all closed up and ready to go now. We're just waiting. Not taxi lights, sorry. Beacon lights can come on. This can go straight up to 350 for our cruise altitude. Now, seriously, it looks like there's a light on in here. Or something, like a weird texture.
Go ground, good afternoon. Speedbird 2205, request radar check, please.
Right, we'll look at the charts now.
2205, go ground, good afternoon.
We've got to be at 6,000 is our initial climb.
Thank you, Speedbird 2205.
Basically, we want to be at 6,250 knots along the whole route, so that's fine. We may be given more than that. I'm going to set an initial climb of 6,000 though. Runway heading is 258, so we'll go ahead and set that.
Get yourself seated and secured while we get ready for pushback, it'd be most appreciated. If you require any assistance from the cabin crew, please press the button above your head and be sure to listen to the safety briefing that we'll be playing in a few moments. You'll hear from me again once we reach our cruising altitude, but for now, once again, welcome aboard and thank you for flying with us.
Right, we'll shout the jetway now. And we'll let...
UPS 19 Charlie, go ground.
And we'll go ahead and let GSX and ground, of course, know what we're planning today.
Tango 1010, it's done 180. I'd like clearance to Goose Bay, Novme 1 X-ray departure, please.
UPS 19 Charlie, cleared Goose
We'll probably push
Bay,
back left.
Novme 1 X-ray departure, squawk 7645.
Clear to
Oh, I need
Goose
to set
Bay,
the
Novme
score
1
first.
X-ray
03.
7645, UPS 19 Charlie.
Let's do that.
UPS 19 Charlie, correct.
2 7.
Easy 24 Foxtrot Kilo, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225. G'day.
So 124225, easy 24 Foxtrot Kilo, cheers.
Speedbird 55 Kilo, continue taxi Alpha 1 via Papa and Alpha November.
Alpha
Right,
1.
we can go ahead and get the ground power off now.
Alpha November, 55 Kilo.
Right, make sure everything's all gone, so the ground connection's gone and gone. Excellent. Everything's all ready to go. Now we are ready for departure. We are a little bit early. What's that? 20 minutes early? Not too bad at all. By the time we get in the air, that will be absolutely fine. So let's go ahead and push ourselves back now. Yes, make sure... Right, I'll go ahead and contact the ground. Hello, Gatwick Ground, Skyways 2078, requesting push and start, stand 105.
Skyways 2078, stand 105, push start approved, face east.
Push and start approved, face east for Skyways 2078. Okay, we're going to be told to face east, that is push back left for GSX language. Absolutely fine, everything's all good. We'll make sure the packs are turned off as well, ready for that. All the fuel pumps are on and everything. We'll leave the fuel pumps on in the centre tank. Normally I would wait until cruise, but we've got plenty of... And for once we're doing a flight long enough to justify quite a bit of fuel.
Speedbird 55 Kilo, contact Gatwick Tower 124.
So we should be good. We'll arm your throttle as well. Ready. Everything's all ready for departure now. It's all ready to go. Actually, let's just check our route first. Make sure there's no discounts. There aren't. Fine. Lovely. Right, let's make sure to push ourselves back. 887 miles today. It's exactly what I was planning.
UPS 19 Charlie, that requests engine start and stands.
UPS 19 Charlie, stand 180, engine startup is approved.
It's not approved for UPS 19 Charlie, thanks.
I'm going to go left.
Departure check completed. Commencing bypass pin inserted.
Right.
All engines clear.
Engine 2 can go into the ground position.
785, Echo, ready for taxi.
And we're going to start pushing back.
785 Echo, taxi Bravo 1 via Papa.
Right, back we go.
Bravo 1 via Papa.
Crew are not seated. We will tell them to seat a bit later on. They don't need to do that just yet. Boarding music can come off. We don't need that. Seatbelt signs are on. Automated though. Boarding music, you can hear it, but I muted it. Right, 59% satisfaction, so it's going up a teeny bit, but still not massive amount. I will take you guys through this later. Alright, we are now pushing back successfully, so we're just waiting for There we go. There's engine 1. We can introduce fuel. I'm positive, but I still need to turn up the textures on this plane. It looks horrendous. I still need to do that. Right. All of that's good. We just need to set flaps and the engine start switches into continuous as well. Make sure flaps 5 is set ready for departure today. Then we're pushing back. Gatwick Airport scenery is still, it still appears to be being a little bit dodgy. I have no idea why, guys. I am sorry about it. It's a slight bug with the UK 2000 Gatwick, but luckily we can still see all the important parts of the scenery, so it's not really much of an issue. Right, confirm good engine start. We're all good.
Easy 785 Echo, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225. Good day.
124.225, thanks very much. Easy 78.
And everything else is all good. The cabin crew does sound a bit silly in this, but we'll ignore that. Right, make sure this is active. We'll make sure weather is turned on. Traffic is also turned on. We'll just check my weather radar. It looks like, honestly, it looks like lights are on in here. Where's the weather radar? We need to take it to weather and turbulence there. Make sure we can see everything we need
Tow
to.
truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Weather's not looking too bad. It's a bit cloudy, but overall not too bad. Yeah, sorry about the dodgy scenery, guys. This has happened now 2 streams in a row. It seems to be. I tried reinstalling the scenery. I checked to make sure I didn't have any other Gatwick scenery installed, and I don't. Well, the only thing I can do now is take the FSX default scenery for Gatwick, and I will move it to a download archive somewhere, and then there will be no Gatwick scenery, so it won't overlap. But that's a bit risky. So I'm hoping. It's a bit of a weird bug. It didn't used to happen. Luckily, it's not too bad, and you can still see the UK 2000 scenery. So I've tried reinstalling it. I've checked for Gatwick sceneries, other ones.
Speedbird 900
and it's all fine. Right, have a good trip. So we'll be requesting taxi.
Speedbird 9001, go ground, good afternoon. Stand 17, push that pro face west.
Pushing start approved, Speedbird 9001.
Hello, Gatwick ground, Skyways 2078, requesting taxi.
Skyways 2078, taxi Alpha 1 via Papa and Alpha November.
Taxi Alpha 1 via Papa and Alpha November for Skyways 2078. Right, so Papa, Alpha November, and down to Alpha 1
Easy
holding
to
point.
with you,
All fine. Right, away we go then. Everything's all looking good up there.
Good afternoon, stand
Packs can go back into the auto
faces.
position. We'll do a quick recall check. Oh yes, we need to go over to the engine generators, and off goes the APU, and then, as you can see now, our recall is checked, and it is all good, and we're all ready to go on the correct QNH and all of that. We will, since it's such a short taxi, we'll tell the cabin crew to sit down right now, and they should sit down in time. Right here on Papa, and then it's going to be a left on Alpha November a little bit later on, as far as Alpha 1. So that's interesting. Go ahead and turn ourselves to the right. Seriously, looks like lights are on in this cockpit, and there aren't any lights. It's weird. Who knows what's going on? Who knows? We've got an EasyJet ahead that's probably departing first. It's very busy on the ground here in Gatwick. It's absolutely rammed. Who knows why, but it is absolutely rammed. So that's interesting. Do you want to look at some of our passengers' thoughts? Glad it's not raining. Yeah, I know, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Was? I'm glad it's not raining. There we go, there's some slight issues there. Right, this taxiway to the left is Juliet. We're going to continue on to Alpha November, which is this taxiway here. It continues off of that runway, and then we'll head along until Alpha November, which is Alpha 1, sorry, which is not where that EasyJet's currently waiting. May as well get landing lights and runway turn-offs on, and taxi lights can come off, because we are basically at the runway area now. So we're going to make a left here on Alpha November. I don't know what that EasyJet's doing. That is not. It's holding at Alpha. It's holding at Bravo 1 actually. So we're doing a full takeoff. It isn't. This is Alpha November now. We're going to taxi.
2078, contact Tower 124.225. Good day.
Right, Tower 124.225 for Skyways 2078. Perfect.
Last station calling for a push.
Also, I didn't hear the other transmission. UPS 19 Charlie Stun 180. Engines are started. About to request push.
Right, want to go over to Gatwick. Oh, look, we've got a little landing general aviation of some kind. That's rather nice, isn't it? That's pretty nice. Anyway, we're making our taxi out here. We're going to make a right turn up here and hold at Alpha 1, which is the second holding point. That's Alpha 3, the first holding point. That's Alpha 2. So we're making our way to Alpha 1. Make a right turn here, and we should be all good to go. We have got the EasyJet there. I suspect that will be given priority over us. Now we might be going over to Unicom next, as there isn't another lot of ATC, so I'll preach in Unicom. We might get given Heathrow approach, but I think we might be a little bit out of the way for Heathrow approach, are my thoughts. Right, we'll go ahead and slow down now. Hello Gatwick Tower, Skyways 2078 with you at holding point Alpha 1. Right, excellent.
Easy 785 Echo, traffic information, it's APA 28 turning right crosswind. Runway 26 left, clear takeoff, wind 230 degrees 5 knots.
Official the traffic. Clear to take off 26 left, TC 78 Fly Echo.
Skyways 2078 Gatwick Tower, good afternoon. Behind the departing EasyJet A320 by Alpha 1, runway 26 left behind.
Line up runway 26 left behind departing EasyJet A320 for Skyways 2078. Right, line up and wait, runway...
Golf Lima Sierra, traffic information, it's EasyJet A320 departing 26 left.
So we're going to line up on the runway behind the departing EasyJet A320. That's all fine, all normal.
Golf Lima Sierra, we're downwind for full stop.
Golf Lima Sierra, roger at the end of the downwind, enter left-hand circuits.
Got some nice VFR traffic in the area. There's some slight scenery weirdness going on today. Still, but there we go.
Tower, hello, Speedbird 9001, taxiing Alpha November to Alpha 1.
Speedbird 9001, Gatwick Tower, good afternoon. Behind the departing Boeing 77800 via Alpha 1, runway 26 left behind.
Behind the departing 787, line up runway
787, what?
Correction, yes, Speedbird 7, no, Speedbird 9001.
Do they really think I'm a 787? I'm branded as a 737, I don't know what's going on there. Right, we're all ready to go then, lined up on the runway, ready to depart. We're just waiting on our clearance now. We've got to wait for the departing EasyJet first. Obviously, they've got clearance. There is some weirdness going on with the scenery. My apologies, it's being weird, but we'll ignore that. I don't know what to do about the scenery because I haven't got 2 lots installed, so it shouldn't be doing this. It's obviously a bug with UK 2000 scenery. As you can see, the EasyJet is now 2,000 feet ahead. I'll swap it over.
785 Echo, no further ATC, Mons Unicom 122
It is Unicom we're doing today, okay.
Unicom 122
straight out, a max of 220 knots, climb up to 5,000, and then it'll be 6,000 shortly after that.
2708, runway 26 left, clear takeoff, wind 230 degrees 5 knots.
Runway 26 left, clear for takeoff, Skyways 2078. Right, initial power is set.
Sierra, traffic information is a Boeing 77800 departing runway 26 left.
Rudder traffic and sight, Golf Lima Sierra.
Tower, there you go. Takeoff power is set. Away we go. S-Speed's live. $80 knots.
100.
That does call 100, that's self-loading cargo, by the way. V1. Rotate. V2. There's V2. Weirdly, I didn't have any scenery glitches on departure there.
Flight, gear up.
Gear up. And there we are in the air following ALNAV at 400 feet radial altitude. We should get VNAV. There it is. Pitch it down to match VNAV. Not the nicest of weather here in Gatwick today, so we'll be dealing with that. On the departure today. It's only green though.
Skyways 2078, no further ATC, Mons Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
Unicom 122.8, thanks for ATC today for Skyways 2078. There we go, over to Unicom. It'll be now in a little bit. Just make sure. Right, before I switch frequencies, let's go ahead and go on to autopilot. There it is. And over to Unicom 1228. And we are now climbing out of Gatwick. Flaps can come to the 1 position. We have got a max of 220 knots here on departure, so we'll leave flaps 1 for now. All brakes can be disarmed. Climb up to 5,000 at first, and then it'll be up to 6,000 shortly afterwards. And then flaps can come up. That was a VFR aircraft, no problem at all. We're into the thick cloud now. We can turn on the Wi-Fi now for whenever they want to have Wi-Fi. Cool. This plane's going to start a pretty rapid climb now. We can go ahead and lock the gear. Taxi lights can come. Well, the taxi lights were already off. Runway turn-offs can come off. Start switches into normal and pack, so they're all good. Everything's all good then, I think. We will just check this, make sure it's all good. It is. Perfect. Oh. Do a quick recall check. I will just check, make sure I haven't missed anything. No, I haven't. We're all good. Transition altitude here is 6,000, I believe. Yes, it's 6,000, so we'll wait until we're beyond the first bit for that. We'll make sure we set 10 nautical mile range so I can see what on earth it is we're doing. We're holding here at 5,000 until KKS 17, and then it'll be up to 6,000, and then finally up to 350 for today's final altitude. Perfect. That is it. Everything's all good now. Again, this game, I will talk you through this. We can have medical emergencies and things. Now, I don't know how common they are, as this is my first flight. You can see here, look, we've got tons of passengers on board. They've all got individual names. It's lovely. It's a pretty cool plug-in, this is. Let's have a look at our medical. Got no medical issues at all. Generally, this stuff will highlight orange if we've got any problems. We do have to alert them of weather ahead. However, at the moment, we're okay with that. I need to start getting that satisfaction up. Now, service automation is ticked, so our cabin crew should know when to start servicing. We've got no ATC today, unfortunately. Never mind, you know, we've had a bit of ATC out of Gatwick, so it's better than nothing. That is for certain. It's very busy in Gatwick, in fact, you know. Very, very busy in Gatwick, but there we go. We've been allowed up to 250 knots now, as well, so we've gained a little bit of speed. It is going to be a fairly long flight out to Cagliari. I'm suspecting about 2 hours and 10 minutes-ish is what we're planning for. We're actually almost already out of centre tank fuel, so it looks like it's been burning only centre tank fuel and nothing else. Why is the satisfaction going down? I want to know. What have we got? Thirsty? Wi-Fi is terrible. I turned it on. Why is it temporarily unavailable? There we go, I've just turned it on. Okay, we're having some Wi-Fi problems. That's why we've got some cross passengers. Wi-Fi issues. Never mind, it's not my fault, it's technical issues. I guess. Wi-Fi temporarily unavailable. I don't know how high we need to cruise to get Wi-Fi. We'll have to see. Maybe it's because of the altitude we're at. I don't know, I mean, that's the cabin crew's problem, isn't it? Not mine. So I can't handle that. Head outside, looks very nice. We'll go ahead and seriously, what light is turned on in this cockpit? Or is it just me? It seriously looks like there's a light turned on in here. I'd rather turn it off, but I don't see any light. Oh, yeah, they've all spawned in. Look, all the lights have spawned on. Spawned in as being on. Why are the lights all on? For no apparent reason. That's strange. It doesn't normally spawn in with the lights turned on. That's why everything looked lit up there. There should be a light up here then if it's on. That's strange. I wonder why the lights were on. I'm positive there's a light up here somewhere. Or not. Here it is. Let's turn that off. That's better. Maybe that could explain the poor performance, maybe. We don't need lights. I don't know why it thought we needed lights, but there we go. That's that, I guess. Bit of a weird one. I believe weather in Cagliari is very nice. I mean, we are flying a VOR, so it's going to be quite important. I'll try and turn on the Wi-Fi again, but maybe we do need to be above 6,000, which is going to be at Bognor. We are approaching that quite quickly. This can go up to an 80-mile range now. We've got plenty. I can see all my waypoints now. Yeah, no ATC now on the whole of today's route, unfortunately, but that's how it is. I've got a little bit of weather in the area, but not too bad. Make a left turn out to Bognor now. It's going to be about 9.5 miles to Bognor. And from there, we will be clear up to 350, so I'll set my altitude to match that. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, we are getting some poor satisfaction from the passengers because the Wi-Fi is unavailable, apparently. So we are going to be getting some bad... Why are we feeling nervous? It might be turbulence. Now, the passengers can get nervous due to turbulence as well, which is another thing, you know, can impact on our satisfaction. We can't serve them anything yet. Serving them drinks and food is what really boosts their satisfaction. I don't actually know. Depends on the length of the flight, it limits what you can and can't serve them. I don't know quite what that is at the moment. But yeah, it's actually a lovely livery, this. I do like the Fly2 livery. I rarely fly the Fly2 737. Normally we fly a 787 when I fly Fly2. Obviously, it's Fly UK's holiday brand. So, yeah, hopefully once we climb above 10,000, we should then get Wi-Fi. We've got no technical issues to report, so I'm hoping it will all be good. You can see we've got a number of passengers with checked bags and carry-ons. I love that you can check all that. Okay, fuel in the centre tank is now out. Okay, we'll turn that off then. That's fine, no problem to me. Audio's working all fine. We're approaching Bognor now. Someone on Unicom's making funny sounds. And yeah, pretty standard arrival today as well. I'll check on the total descent and things a bit later on. Obviously, it's not quite time to go doing that yet. We've still got a little. It is about 2 hours and 10 minutes the flight, so and we are expected in 2 hours and 22. I think it's blocked to block that time. I don't know. What's this? Unable 250 knots at turret. Okay. I don't know why you're telling me that now, as opposed to on the ground when we get closer, but whatever. Right, this thing is nagging us with a pretty aggressive climb to help maintain 250 knots, which may cause some problems with them. What's this? Passengers are thirsty. Well, you can't serve them drinks yet, so I don't know what you're supposed to do. We'll go standard pressure now. We're going to do, we're doing a very, very steep climb to help maintain 250 knots there. Hopefully the Wi-Fi will become available fairly soon, otherwise that could be issues for us. Above 10,000 we can serve them drinks, so that'll all be fine once we are able to serve drinks, which I believe is above 10,000, so we'll have to wait until then. Oh, there you go. You can now use your electronic devices. So Wi-Fi above 8,000 is when 8,000, 9,000, that's where it becomes available. Now we have to turn off our landing lights at around, pretty much exactly around 10,000. Otherwise it's plug-in. When it gives us a flight report at the end, it will moan at us for that. It will criticise us. So there's 10,000. Off go the landing lights straight away. And we can now serve drinks as well. I haven't done that, but that is default. As soon as you get above 10,000, it instantly goes off. I'm okay to turn it off anyway, to be fair. Unfortunately, yeah, you can't. I think they have got plans to link it to the plane, but it's not a thing just yet. Now, passengers are thirsty, but it's not letting me serve drinks or anything, which is a bit weird. Now we're at this altitude, it should let the cabin crew / me serve drinks, but we're not having any of that right now. Maybe it's 18,000 it might be then, which is transition altitude in the US, of course. That could be it. But you can see here we're losing satisfaction because they're so thirsty. But as I said, I can't do anything about it, sadly. There's absolutely nothing I can do. Now, there are settings that allow you to do things like passenger ambience and the gate ambience, but unfortunately there are slight bugs at the moment with that cause it to be a bit strange. So I've left that off. It can judder around the audio. They're working on a hot fix, self-loading cargo that will fix that. It's a lovely plug-in, this. I do recommend. It's only £13 while it's still in early access. It's still got a bit left in early access. Once it comes out, it'll be £18, so still not that massive amount. You know, it's very decent for a flight sim plug-in of any kind, really, to get something that cheap. As you can see, I'd like some food. I'm getting thirsty. It's a shame. The Wi-Fi is hopefully gonna do it good for them. But as you can see, I can't start any services. I can start them manually, or all the cabin crews can do it themselves. This thing has just suddenly got into a crazy steep climb because this thing gained a little bit too much airspeed. It's kind of good in a way because we are able to climb just that little bit quicker, which is quite nice. It would have been nice if we had some French control or Euro control today. We're flying over France today, and then over Italy. That's the plan. As you can see, we can give them tons of, things like this. We can tell them if there's bad weather, we can tell them if there's turbulence. We have to tell them this. And then that means they'll be less upset with us when we do hit turbulence. At the moment, if you do hit turbulence, apparently it does massively knock their satisfaction. Again, another thing that they are working on. This is only my first flight with this plugin. I've seen other people play it, but this is my personal first flight with it. Now we're passing 18,000 feet now, so we should be able to serve drinks and the like. Yes, there we go. Now service things are turned on. Now again, we can get rowdy passengers. So if we serve them too much alcohol, that will happen. So I'm going to probably serve them some hot drinks. There we go. As you can see, instantly the satisfaction rating went up by about 2% then. So even though it said that services were automated, the cabin crew didn't actually start it. So something we'll have to watch. We've got a little bit of turbulence here. It wasn't forecast on the thing. It's looking okay though. It's not upsetting our passengers, so we're all right. But yeah, it's a pretty nice plug-in, you know. It's something else to do while you're up in the air. Anyway, now, actually no, we'll wait to plan the arrival. We'll wait until cruise. It's very cloudy up here. I'll have a look at the weather down in Cagliari now. Weather down in Cagliari, we've got 140 at 10, QNH 1015, and the important part, there is 26 degrees with no clouds, so absolutely lovely, which is great. And the METAR, clouds and visibility okay, so it's all lovely. The elevation of the airport is 11 feet, so we'll set 0 as our landing altitude, and that should be it now. Yes, so now we're going to get on with serving drinks. Apparently the crew are very busy, so we'll take a look at their workload now, see what they're dealing with. Is it the current, where is it? Here you go, aircraft layout. So this is our aircraft here. You can see PMDG 737-800 NGX Fly UK. And we can see here, if we click on Hungary, we can see all the passengers that are hungry. Drunk, no one at the moment, which is very good. And you can see all these important things. Now, we could play a movie, but we've got Wi-Fi rather than a movie on today's flight. And you can see it's all very important, this, what we do. So it is all crucial to our flight rating. Oh. Okay, the cabin crew themselves just started food. I didn't do that. Obviously, cabin automation is turned on, so they've decided to do food and drinks at the same time. Now, food, I believe, takes the longest. If we look, so per passenger, it takes 6 seconds for drinks per passenger and 10 seconds for food service. So if we look at a calculator, it doesn't matter. But you can calculate it easily with the times 10. It's about, 1660 seconds it will take for drinks. No, for food service, and then hot drinks and alcoholic drinks will be roughly half of that amount. You can see our crew are working very As you can see, they're very busy and maybe delayed in helping passengers. That is because they are helping out, you know, serving all the drinks. We've got 10,000 feet left to run. We are cruising at 350 today, a little bit low, but no problem. At the moment, we were planning on our flight to have ground distance versus air distance, an overall tailwind of 16 miles. Now, so far today, we actually are getting a headwind, so that's interesting. Obviously, we're not on a cruise yet, so that wind doesn't really apply. I'll look at what's the gap between waypoints. We're at 64, 69. That looks like the largest, 69 miles between waypoints. Okay, so we haven't got a massive gap without waypoints today. You can see some passengers have started getting up now out of their seats, maybe heading to the toilet and things. Satisfaction has gone from 55% up to 58 now, so it is starting to climb. It did appear we had some grumpy passengers to start with today. We definitely did have some grumpy passengers. I mean, we can look at our passenger manifest, and I have noticed that there seems to be quite a lot of old people that travel with us. You know, 84 years old, we've got someone there. You can see they're all pretty happy. A lot of them are seated, but a few of them aren't seated. Obviously, the cabin crew aren't seated. It's all looking great. Then we can click on, well, we can't click on someone, but they do each have their own traits and things like that. It's very cool in that sense. As you can see now, they've started serving food as well. Our satisfaction is shooting up, and obviously now we're not climbing quite as much. Passenger satisfaction, you know, our flight is less rough, so that's also a benefit to them. Yeah, overall pretty decent, pretty nice. I can't see the flight logs yet, there aren't any, but there we go. So you can see 3 people have gotten up. I'm guessing they're probably going to the toilet and things like that. And you can see we can also have technical issues on the ground, which is interesting. But yeah, during the flight we can have to divert due to a medical issue. That can happen. Hopefully we don't suffer that. I don't know how common it is, but you can't turn it off or on. You can't. There's no settings related to it. So, and again, depending on how serious it is, we've got the choice of do we divert or do we continue. It's very cool. Also, my voice is starting to hurt, so I'll probably take a bit of a break in my voice now. But yeah, it's really cool. You can obviously, you know, you are faced with that choice as the pilot. Do you divert or do you continue? It is really cool. Now I'm going to stop talking for about 2 minutes. Actually, let's look outside. That doesn't require talking. There we go. I think I'm talking too much, I am. Anyway, so we're currently over the Channel, I believe, are we? Or we're over France by now. That was quick. Obviously, we're not going to Cagliari. It's not where we're going. I am looking. We've actually got a plane joining us to Olbia from Luton, an EasyJet behind us. It's heading to Olbia, which is on the same island. I think it's, what's it called? Sardinia, I believe. It's an Italian island. It's a very nice, I've got some very nice scenery actually for Cagliari. Fly2, who are my virtual airline, who we're doing the flight with today, recommended this scenery, and I thought, I give it a go, and it's got some custom monuments. There's actually little things that can direct your plane into the gate. There are gate letters on the ground, like in Innsbruck we saw. There are custom buildings. It's a lovely scenery. It's one of the best freeware sceneries I have ever seen for FSX. As airport sceneries go for free, it's absolutely amazing. So, be prepared for that. Now, we've only got 4,000 feet left to run to cruise now. They are almost finished with the drink service, and then they'll progress on with the food service. As you can see, passengers are getting hungry as well. So they've almost finished with that. And once they're finished with that, it will allow them to be a little less busy and to focus on passengers that need their attention just that little bit more. But you can see our satisfaction is now starting to rise finally, which is nice. now we've got everyone safely fed and safely, you know, what's it, like, thirst quenched, I guess. You can see they've now finished their drink service, so the crew are going to be less busy now, which is nice. So hopefully they will become less busy now once they finish. We'll have a look at what they're doing, actually, what they're doing. So we can see we've actually got someone sleeping. What? Someone's sleeping on a short flight like this? He's called Simon Hall, 67. Okay, he's happy about the engine noise. He's very good. He's a bit cross about the Wi-Fi earlier. Now, in 1.6, which is the next major version, we are going to be able to talk with cabin crew as well, which is really nice. He's very hungry. Interesting. So, I mean, where are our cabin crew? Can I see my cabin crew? There they are. And they are going to be currently, hopefully, serving food, as it says there on that cabin crew. So that's nice. I mean, we haven't got the option to serve alcoholic drinks or hot drinks. It's automated this. So, you know, if the cabin crew feel they need it, they will do it. Otherwise, you know, it doesn't matter. Now, we can report when we've reached cruise, but I think it may be automated. We'll wait and see on that once we get to cruise. But we are very close to cruise altitude now, just another 1,000 feet, and we'll start looking at our arrival into Cagliari now as well. So I'll start bookmarking all the charts that I need, and we'll go through it now in a minute. There you go, that's all the charts I'm gonna need. I'll show you guys the charts a bit later on once we're at cruise, which is very soon. It's taking us about 25 minutes to cruise. Oh, that's because of the restrictions, actually. That's why. That's why that is. We're almost at cruise now, just about to reach it, in fact. But yeah, I thought, you know, it's very nice to do this flight over to Cagliari. We are actually going to be flying from Cagliari out to Gibraltar on Sunday, which will be very fun. We're doing a very long stream on Saturday. Woohoo! We're flying from Frankfurt to Dubai as part of an event. Whee! Bit of turbulence there as we reach cruise. There's cruise. And you can see it's automated.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, just to let you know, we've reached our cruise level. We're not anticipating any delays, so hopefully we will have you at your destination on time, as planned. As the cabin crew make their way around the aircraft, please make sure the aisles are clear of any items. And I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you. Now we can make custom announcements using Microsoft Text-to-Speak, as in it will take apart our flight plan and say how long the flight is going to be and things. But unfortunately, I'm not a massive fan of that. I tried it out when I was testing this, and it says the whole aircraft livery. So it said, hello and welcome on board the Aerosoft Airbus 8320 Fly UK Sharklets 1.6. Like, no. That just sounds like gibberish because of how it does it. So until they improve the text-to-speak, I will stick with the current ones. Now, again, they are, you know, it's done by Microsoft Text-to-Speak. If you recognise, it's very similar to the Google Translate voice, the woman on Google Translate for English. It's very similar to that. Now, we are actually having some issues with the Wi-Fi. It appears we're getting some. It appears it's dropping back a little bit, but now we're at cruise and we're serving some tasty food. Our satisfaction levels are up to 70%, so they're always rising now, which is great. Most people have not got their seatbelts on anymore, but we've got most people who have at least sat. There's 5 people currently without, you know, up. It's not many, so not bad. Right, I'll show you guys the charts now. So we'll go over here and we'll have a look. So today we are planning, it's a very short arrival. It's not really an arrival of any kind. We're focusing more on the VOR approach today. So we headed from Kovas into Turud, and that's it.
And now either we have a choice of taking a Covas 1 Bravo and heading into the Cagliari VOR and then doing an ILS circle approach to runway 32. Winds doesn't allow that, or VOR into runway 32, but if no, into runway 14. But if we were going to take the VOR, which we are, it's the only available approach for 14. It's a lot easier to go from Turret and then make our way onto the approach that way. So that's how we're going to be doing it today. Now, in terms of anything interesting, it doesn't appear there is any interesting. Okay, transition level is done by ATC. Transition altitude is 6,000, so we'll add 1,000 to that to work out transition level. So 70, flight level 70. Or should we just use? Let's use transition altitude. Keep it simple. 6,000 feet. And finally, we just need to make sure then. So QNH is going to be set in the 1013 variant. We have got a new air act today, but nothing new has appeared here. There isn't a mention of any speed restrictions. No, not speed restrictions. Altitude restrictions at Turret, but there is a speed restriction. It says there 5,000. We head in there. We need to be 3,000 above, but there, and then we need to be at D11, which probably will look like something different on here. We need to be 2,300 at the start, and then 1,700. Can you see my mouse? Oh, you can't see my mouse. That's interesting. That's a shame. You can't see my mouse on this source. Can I just tick that? There should be something I can do that ticks it. Oh well. Never mind. You can't see my mouse cursor then. Never mind. And we are looking at a minimums here. Straight in landing runway 14. It's going to be a minimums of 570, which is 560 radio altitude. We want to set Barrow though, so it's going to be 570. I checked the scenery. The scenery is all in date. So once we land on runway 14, we'll probably vacate on probably Delta or Echo, somewhere around there. And then make our way into stand. Well, have we got a set amount of stands for this afternoon? There is no set stands for us at Fly UK, so we'll probably be taxiing, I suspect, between gate, I don't know, I parked at gate 08 this morning and it looked lovely, so maybe we'll do somewhere around there, maybe gate 8, gate 7, gate 11, somewhere around there, but it's very nice scenery, is one thing I have to say. So there we go. As you can see now, we've finished servicing, and, you know, satisfaction is all fine. Let's have a look at our flight issues, and we've got absolutely nothing. That person's saying I'd like some food, even though we just served them food. Apart from that, there's no complaints, so I won't bother servicing anything. Let the cabin crew have a bit of a break, and then later on, we'll do it if need be. We will probably maybe do some alcoholic drinks. You know what? Let's do some alcoholic drinks. We haven't served any alcoholic drinks all flight, so let's do that. Now remember, I don't want to give them too much alcoholic drinks, otherwise it will cause problems. Yeah, crew are now very busy, and it shouldn't take too long for them to serve that. Once we've served everything, one type of everything on the flight, it should improve passenger satisfaction. It should also mean that it's nice, but obviously I don't want to go serving them any more than once. I don't think we don't want them to be too drunk, otherwise, when you have rowdy passengers, that decreases the satisfaction, so we don't want that. But I do love all the different things you can do in it. It's very cool. I've got to say, it is very cool. It's a nice little plug-in. It runs externally, so it doesn't require. It doesn't impact on FPS or anything. It's a very nice program. I think it's very fun. So we've got no ATC. We're currently above Paris, somewhere down there. But yeah, no ATC today anywhere in Italy. Unfortunately, nothing. It's a bit of a shame, but never mind. I guess, never mind. right turn here in Resme. I want to just go ahead and set the heading round to the correct amount. Now we have got a little bit of green weather on our system, so we'll make sure that's not there by the time we get. Because if we do get there and it's looking like it's going to hit us, I have got to give them a warning to say that's bad weather. If it was pink, it's turbulence. If it's bad weather, it's different. And you can see we can say return to airport. We can say divert airport. We can say arrival delay. We can say bad weather ahead and all the rest of it. Now we are due in 1 hour and 58 minutes, so 2 hours, let's say, and we've got about 1 hour and 38 left, so we're going to be bang on time, about 25 minutes early in fact, so no need to tell them that we're going to be late, which is a bonus, massive bonus. Not bad, the clouds. How cloudy is it down there? It's not bad. The clouds. Satisfaction, why is it going down? They finished serving drinks now, just now. That didn't actually improve satisfaction at all. Right, now we've served them drinks once, I would like to check. But, you know, I'm not familiar with this yet, so I don't know how much you serve them before it goes wrong, if you see what I mean. I would like to make sure. As you can see, no one's particularly drunk at all, actually, so we probably could serve it to them again, but I don't want to go doing that. Really, I'd rather not do that. These people are, like... Why are these people, like, black in the centre? It's quite weird. They've got, like, dots. Oh, I think people who are green are people who can't get drunk, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's old people, who knows? But anyway, that doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not relevant. Now it doesn't appear that we can serve them food twice in one flight, like quickly. So what we're doing, no more servicing now until they require more drinks. We'll probably serve them some more drinks, maybe a little bit further on into the flight. Right, actually, let's have a look at our arrival into Cagliari. I haven't done that yet. Obviously, I have checked it on the FMC, but oh dear, we've got a little bit of a bug there. We're not meant to be doing that at Covas. So that's a little bit of a strange one. Is it because it says intercept? Is that why? That shouldn't be there. That loop shouldn't be there. So again, you know, it's not an issue. But if it does become, if the plane doesn't sort it out by the time we get there, I will have to look into it. And then the approach is a very simple turn, and then on a 5 mile final, it's all absolutely perfect. I'm happy with that. And we want to set our arrival speed now, which is 141. We're very heavy today then. It must be all the fuel we're carrying. Maybe, that's probably what it is, but yeah. If our V2 speed was any higher, I would have done a flaps 10 departure even, you know. It's that far off. We're cruising at a pretty nice 450-ish knots. We've got a bit of a tailwind, no, headwind, sorry, unfortunately, even though the cruise wind's promised to be a little bit nicer to us, never mind. We've got exactly 665 miles left to run now, which is only 60 miles over, direct. Now, there is a little bit of a weird route we're taking over Nice. We're flying over Nice, and then we're flying over the French island that's very close to Sardinia. I've forgotten what it's called. I totally forgotten what it's called. My geography has totally failed me, and it doesn't say it anywhere on here. Never mind. But yeah, there's a little bit of a weirdness then. We could cut a corner, and it would save us a little bit of time, but we'd have to cut quite a big corner, so we're going to be leaving our flight at that as planned. So never mind. We're currently over France, and we've already passed Paris. so we haven't got too long left. Well, actually, we've got quite a bit left. We've only flown just over half hour. We've flown 230 miles, so not bad. We're up here at cruise. Very nice looking plane, very nice looking livery. But yeah, right now, 74% satisfied. Can I look at anyone that isn't satisfied? How about we do that? So we'll go to aircraft layout, and then we've still got one person sleeping, actually. Who are they? Who is it sleeping? This person here, I think. I don't know. No mind. Anyway, so what we want to do is look at... we want to go to satisfaction. And you can see this person here is really unhappy. In fact, they're very hungry. Were they not served? So they said there, look, you know, they've said, I'm starving. So that is weird. This passenger, very hungry. This passenger, they're getting on for hungry. This is weird. Why are there so many hungry people? Okay, this person's very anxious. Why so anxious? They're not enjoying it. Okay, again, now some people just don't like flying. We've got to take that into account when it comes to our satisfaction rating. You will get passengers like Emma Conroy, that's who this person is. I love it, it just randomly generates all this, but as you can see, she clearly doesn't like flying. She said, look, 18 minutes, I'm not enjoying this at all. So she's clearly, hit my ears, don't pop, why have we stopped? You know, she does appear to be quite a nervous flyer. Now, I can't view individual personalities of a person yet, unfortunately, but it is people like that are accounting. And then people that are hungry as well. There are quite a few people who are hungry, which I think is quite odd, because we've already served food. Now, it's been such a short amount of time, I can't actually serve food again, so I can't improve the satisfaction. But never mind, I guess, that's how it is. I've got no weather up ahead, so that's all good. But yeah, Chris, it's minus 17 outside, so fairly cold. Obviously, the weather down in Cagliari is a lot nicer. 140 at 10 knots. It appears it refreshes hourly, the weather, unless there has been a newer meta, and this thing hasn't latched onto it. I will type it in now. There has actually been some new weather. It's still 140 at 10 knots. QNH is currently 1015 down there, and temperatures dropped to 25 rather than 26. No clouds still though, so that's very nice. Indeed. Had 8 playbacks today on the stream, not bad at all. Okay. Right, 21 miles left to run till Cotis. So a little bit longer yet. Lots of planes about in the skies here. Really, I'm just looking around like flights. It's not too busy on Vatsim today. There's quite a few planes actually following the same sort of route as I am. Is it UM something? Probably a UN or UM airway of some kind that we're on right now. It's probably UM 728, I should think, or UL 612. Actually, I can't view it in this plane. List active on is Okrok, so I'm guessing we're on UM. Like that one. I'll check now, actually. I can check using Navigraph. I don't know why I didn't do that before. We're currently on UM 728. And we will be on UM728 for quite a while actually. So it is quite a long airway. That's why. It's a very long airway. We're going to be with it until... Whoa. It's a long airway, guys. That's a very long airway. We're going to be with it until Old Croc, which is miles and miles away. It's an absolutely massive airway. That explains a lot. So that explains why our route is so short and has so many waypoints. There we go. Satisfaction's got up to 75 now, so it's slowly increasing. Maybe the people who are nervous flyers are starting to get used to the flight. Hopefully, now I can serve drinks again. We'll have a little check. No one's thirsty. But you can see we have got some hungry people, but I can't serve food yet. Again, I'm not allowed. It's not letting me. We've already served it once. We probably can't serve it again now. I don't know. I don't understand how you can be served food and then 20 minutes later be hungry again. But you know, saying that I'm like that, so these people are too. We've got some very hungry packs on board today. Very hungry. I don't know what they're serving on board today. Who knows? Maybe some croissants. Maybe some nice Italian food. I don't know. What Italian food do they serve on planes? Pasta, I guess. Maybe if they're lucky, some cannolis. I love cannoli. It's very nice. Maybe some ice cream, some gelato, as they call it in Italy. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe some macaroni and cheese. That's a very plain-like meal. Who knows? Comment. Yeah, what's your favourite airplane meal? Mine has to be like probably a ham and cheese croissant. You know, Ryanair do them, and they're very nice. I've only ever had one once because they only serve it on breakfast flights, but it's really nice. Very, very nice. Anyway, well, I've got some sort of green weather up ahead. I don't think I'll have to warn the bad weather. One, it will probably get out of the way by the time we get there, and two, it is only green. It's not going to shake up the plane too bad. There's no clouds or anything that I can see, so it should be okay. Luckily, the weather not too bad. Hopefully, we succeed in that. Anyway, hopefully the weather's not too bad. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, that'll be the hope, that the weather is not too bad. Obviously, weather down in Italy is very nice compared to the weather we had in Gatwick. It's 10 knots. It's pretty much bang on runway heading at the moment, so it's perfect for a runway 24. No, not 24, 14. Perfect for runway 14 arrival. We obviously still have got a little bit of time left. Let's do the descent. Just make sure I've got everything set. So we've already got the reference speeds and things set, so I can skip that straight down now. We'll just check. I suspect our speed. Oh no, our speed hasn't changed yet. It's a 9,200 foot runway, so it's pretty long but not massive. So I suspect auto brakes too. Obviously, we're not descending. Actually, there's still a descent check. So as you can see there, we're descending. We're planning our descent 140 miles from Cagliari. I'm perfectly happy with that. That doesn't mean we're going to be stuck in a stupidly slow, buggy descent like we had with the Airbus flying into Ibiza. And, you know, ever since that last week, I always check my descent now. And if it doesn't look right, I'm going to check. And even then, I might try deleting out. So that was the problem on the Aerosoft. There was a altitude restriction that was causing it to have issues, even though it wasn't an altitude restriction that would have affected us, because it was 10,000 or above, and the Airbus read it as like, even though it's 10,000 or above, it's better if it's close to 10,000. So we descended about 60-70 miles early. It's just like, yeah, welcome to the Aerosoft Airbus. That is really. No, man, we've got about half a plane not wearing their seat belts as well. So if there was some bad weather, they would be shaking up a little bit. Again, I tend to keep my seat belt on when I'm on a plane. I mean, judging by what this is saying, roughly 50% of people do and 50% don't. Now, obviously, that's just based on the people on this flight. It's not at all real world. In terms of issues, you can see here, look, we've got a lot of people who are hungry. That's what's affecting our satisfaction, but as I said, we can't serve food at the moment. So it's a little bit of a weird one, but we can't serve food, but they're hungry. Maybe a slight bug, I don't know. As I said, we've already served food once, so they shouldn't have been hungry. They really shouldn't be hungry, but who knows. It's quite nice down there, nice little cabin in here. You can see the lovely red engines of Fly2. Can we get like a wing, like a decent engine view? Can you not have one? Can you not have an engine view like that? Oh well. We'll just do right over wing. We can look at the engines like, oh, I can't see the. There is something that says, here you go, welcome on board Fly2. It's a very nice livery, this. A flyby? It's a flyby. And that's how quick these planes move. It's just insane. Well, we'll go back inside now. Back into the cockpit. We're currently heading for Kukor, and then to Otava on our route. A little bit of a turn. We've still got, actually it's turning into a crosswind, so hopefully it will turn into a tailwind by the time we get a little bit into this flight. As I said, overall we were expecting a tailwind today, so who knows what's happening there, but never mind. Right, we've actually got some much better requirements now. I'm glad I was able to use the toilet, I think that person says. Beautiful clear sky, Wi-Fi is good, great book. What book are they reading? Does it tell me? It just says their book. I wonder what book they're reading. We have still got a little bit of a, you know, a bit of a shame there, but yeah, it's a shame they are a little bit hungry. I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Okay, I wonder why they're nervous. That worries me. Why are you nervous? I think we have got a few nervous flyers on board today. Maybe should we check up on them again? It was Emma Conroy. As you can see, she's still feeling pretty nervous. Who knows why? As I must be a nervous flyer. Bit of a shame. Never mind. That's how Wi-Fi is slow. I disagree with that. We're getting 540 kilobytes a second. That's not bad for airplane Wi-Fi, and the fact that it's free as well. It's free airplane Wi-Fi, of course. So yeah, we have got a few nervous flyers on board today. I think, you know, Holly Shearer. Oh, they're only 3, and they're nervous of flying. Shame. It is nice. You have got like it's quite funny in a way. It's quite cool. The pilot better be a good one. Yeah, don't worry. I'm a good pilot. Don't worry. Well, in this situation, what situation? I suspect there's a slight bug going on where it thinks there's turbulence, maybe. Like, there's no turbulence, but it has been a bug that has been noted by the developer. You can see we can do anxiety, and we have got, what's that? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anxious flyers on board today, so that could be partially what it is. I mean, again, I know turbulence causes anxious flyers, but we haven't actually had any turbulence today, so obviously it must be they are just scared of flying. I can't actually see traits at the moment of passengers, so I don't know that for certain, but obviously that does contribute to the overall satisfaction. It's still pretty good. 74% is pretty decent still, if you think about it. It's not bad. So I'm okay with it. Still got no ATC, unfortunately. Would have been nice to have some ATC, but never mind. That's how it is. Yeah, self-rolling cargo, I mean, it is a pretty amazing plugin. I'm glad I found it. You know, I saw a YouTuber called Captain Canada, CPT Canada. You know, he's a very good flight sim YouTuber. He tried it out, and I looked at it, and I was like, yeah. let's give it a go. So, yeah, I'm very happy. It's only £13, you know, which I think is very nice. It's a very decent price for what is a pretty amazing plug, and there's more to come. I mean, it's in version 1.53, and there is a lot more that's going to be put out, you know. Oh, we've got a plane up here. Yeah, there is a plane at the same level of us. Okay, that's what it is. It's flying TJV 170 Alpha. Is heading down to Corfu at a ground speed of 442. I'm doing 552. No, 452, sorry. So I'm going about 10 knots quicker. It's currently on the same airway as me, and will be until Resmi. Not Resmi, sorry, Dokar. It'll be on there until Dokar. It's a virtual airline, so where's Dokar? I'm not even going to Dokar, so it's on this airway longer than me. Which does mean that I might end up chasing it down, and it is on the same level as me. It is at flight level 350, so I'll have to watch our speeds and see what's happening again. You know, it's 40 miles from me, and I'm only going a little bit quicker, as in 10 knots. You know, 10 knots is a very small amount. So hopefully it does just go away. Not go away, I mean either step climbs, or by the time we catch it, we'll be off our route, or whatever, you know. Right, satisfaction is still 74 now. It's actually starting to decrease a little bit. Is anyone thirsty? No one's thirsty. It's a shame, really, because when people are thirsty, I can serve them drinks, but if they're hungry, I can't serve them food, because I've already served it once. I'm not allowed to serve it again because of the length of the flight. So I guess that's how it is. That's what we've got to deal with today. Never mind. Looks quite nice out there, I think. Now we've still got 530 miles left. We've still got 50 minutes left until descent. So we've got a bit of time to monitor our passengers. Now, this is the bit I'm interested in. No medical issues. It's quite important. Obviously, if we have issues with that, right now it is going to be a bit of a trouble for us, so it's very important that. Making a little left turn, you can see that plane. We're actually gaining airspeed now from this turn. It's planning a true airspeed today of 460 though, so a bit weird. But as you can see, I'm only just closing in. We've still got quite a bit of separation right now, so no issues. It's quite nice out there. We've got a little bit of, still quite a long way to go to Cagliari. There's nothing else heading for Cagliari right now, unfortunately. Never mind, that's how it is. And I am now doing 20 knots more than that plane. You know, 20 knots is a fair amount, so it's enough to catch up on someone. But it probably will take about an hour, because our speed gap, you know, let's convert 20 knots to mile an hour, and it's 23 mile an hour quicker. 23, yeah? So, in an hour, I'll catch up 23 miles. I'm descending clones, you know, sooner than that, so separation should not be an issue at all. So we're all fine. 75% satisfied, our passengers. It seems to be hovering around the 75 mark. As you can see, it's 74.5, which is probably why it's hovering. We can't make any announcements, can we? No. Imagine we were announced, like, just as we were starting to descend, that we were going to return to our departure airport. Could you do that, even? Or would it just not let you? Our Wi-Fi speed has dropped a little bit. That may impact on passengers. Just starving, and, yeah, Wi-Fi. Oh, I wish I could feed my passengers. Why are they hungry? Alright, thirsty. Is anyone almost thirsty or no? Well, one person sleeping still. Same person actually, Pete Aram. Oh, he's just woken up actually. Where's the person sleeping now? Gary Stones, he's 9. He's asleep. Yeah, so we've got. Oh, let's have a look. We've got anyone who's thirsty? No. No one is remotely thirsty. This person is getting on for being a little bit thirsty, but again, still just 30%. It's hunger that's the main issue. But as I said, I can't serve more. Thinking, processing. I can't serve more food, so that's out of question, really. Unfortunately. We've currently got 3 miles left to run until, we're just about to make a left turn and then it'll be on to Oprot. Arrival speed changed slightly, we'll just multiply that. It would be nice for our arrival speed to be under 140 knots if possible, just because it's pretty good speed, that, quite slow. We are actually getting a pretty decent headwind, no not headwind, sorry, tailwind now, finally. And that flight, as you can see now, it has actually picked up pace, the flight to Corfu. So I'm actually only going about 12 or 13 knots quicker than it now, so it's a little bit better. No problem for us, no problem at all, really. It's very big on Vatsim, but very little controllers today. I mean, there's 807 pilots, but only 62 controllers, so I'm not very busy on the controller front of things, unfortunately. Never mind, I guess. That's how it is. That's how it is, isn't it? Yeah, about probably 40 miles ahead, it should be okay by the time we change airway before it and start descending. We're going to start descending just after Corsi, just after the, I want to say it is Jaco. It's a French pronunciation, so I probably totally messed that up. My apologies. My absolute terribleness. There you go. I'm obviously going to mess that up. And then shortly after that, we are going to be descending down into Cagliari. Hopefully the wind does stay in favour. I mean, unfortunately it does appear that the active sky takes a very long time to update the meta. It's already updated the meta, but it doesn't come across in active sky, so I guess we'll be using, oh there you go, it's just come through now. I give it a bit of chance to download. So the wind is 140 at 9 knots, so it's same direction, it's calmed by 1 knot, so nothing really different. QNH 1015 still, and temperature is 26. It's a rather nice day. I mean, it is southern Italy, you know, and it's a nice island. You would expect it to be pretty warm, pretty nice kind of weather. We're doing a lovely 475 knots. Pretty quick for this plane, pretty quick. Definitely. And we are again doing 20 knots quicker than that plane, but as you can see, it's such a short amount of speed, it's no problem. Fuel, we were planning on landing with 3.3, and as you can see here, look, we are planning with landing on with 3.3, so all, you know, bang on there. So we're not going under reserves, we're doing pretty good. It's not, no one's thirsty, no? No one's thirsty, okay. Also, I'm going to keep an eye on that, because if people are thirsty, we can serve them drinks, it's just food that I can't serve. They've got a lovely, 1,000 kilobits a second, kilobytes. That's excellent, only 30 connections to be fair, that's probably why. Yeah, not bad. We can't really adjust the cabin with anything, so never mind. Got no bad weather ahead. So pretty decent in that sense. We've got one passenger up and walking about. Shall we look at them? They should be. We should see them. Are the cabin crew still walking around? They are. What are the cabin crew doing walking around? Oh, you can actually see them in the toilet, look. That's interesting. Their little dot. But yeah, weirdly, as you can see, the cabin crew are continuing to walk around. They're monitoring passengers on this part of the aircraft. They're just monitoring, making sure that passengers are, of course, all happy, all fine. Making sure there's no issues going on, basically. As we don't want that, of course. We do not want any issues for our passengers. We want them to have a lovely, fun flight. Yeah, not bad so far. We're doing alright. We're still at 450 miles left, just under to run, so an hour and 5, and an hour and 4, it's 2 hours and 9 minutes, which is what we were planning, I believe. We were planning 2 hours and 8 minutes, so it's looking like our flight time's going to be pretty accurate. And if we have an hour and 5 minutes left, we should be landing about 20 minutes early, which is fine. Perfect. London Control just came online. Of course, London Control is, London South Centre, obviously, doesn't really impact on us at all. Now, it would have been nice to have some London Control, but even then, it was, we're over southern France now. We're approaching Nice. We're not too far from Nice. We'll be at Nice around the waypoint Colon. So we're, just about 100 miles from Nice right now, so not that far. Which means we don't have too long left. Satisfaction is still 75, but it's actually gone into the green now rather than the orange 75, which means it's gone from 74.5 to actually 75, so that's really nice. It means slowly up, it is slowly going up. Actually, it just decreased, never mind. Oh dear. Just food again. simply food. They're hungry. Actually, we've got some they're light carry-ons. 0.3 kilograms. That's quite small. I wonder, is there like a bug that means that kids have checked luggage? Do you think that's a thing? Weirdly, none of the kids even seem to have none of the kids seem to have checked baggage or carry-ons even, which is interesting. What on earth? There's an 85-year-old with 53 kilos worth of checked baggage. What? That's pretty good for an 85-year-old, isn't it? 53 kilos. Wow. Well, there we go. It's interesting. Wouldn't expect that. Looking at our flight logs, you can see there's a few people who are pink in satisfaction. And it is down to hunger, mainly, and a little bit of anxiety. Their health. How are people's health going? Oh dear, we have got a few people. This person here, their health is at 70%. I'm guessing high is 100, yeah? Yeah, that's what high is. So that hopefully doesn't become an issue. We've got 68% there. Oh, that's not good. 68%, what does that mean? That may be a little bit worrying, maybe. I don't know. We've got a few people sleeping at the moment. Again, 68%, nothing too worrying, but it's just like, I don't know what this thing classifies as a medical emergency. I don't know how detailed it is. I've never, ever, as I said, this is my first flight with this plug-in, so you can't really expect anything more than what I've currently got. This is my first flight with it. That's kind of it, really, isn't it? It's my first flight. I'm learning it in the same way that you guys. I'm hoping, if you guys do want to check out, just Google self-loading cargo. It's very fun. I personally think it does add quite a bit to the simulator. All the lights are testing good, just test these lights as well. Yeah, all good, all nice. I don't know why, but I like testing out the lights like that. You can sort of see everything that's going on. We're doing a pretty cracking job here at speed. We're very quick. Do you think we should serve some extra drinks? I'm tempted to serve some extra drinks. Maybe. Although no one seems to be particularly thirsty. I actually went into the passenger manifest to check that and then never was able to. No one's particularly thirsty. We've got this person here who is starting to get quite thirsty, but that's it, one person. So we'll probably wait until just short of descent and we'll probably do a drink service. Well, drink service, it takes 6 seconds. So let's do 6 times 166, that's 996. 996 seconds in mins. That is 16 minutes. What? That's not accurate. It does not take 16 minutes to do a drink service. That is not how long it took. Well, there we go. That's inaccurate. Honestly, it did not take that long, believe me, to do a drink service. Maybe not every passenger had a drink. I don't know. Maybe that's what it was with food. Because using that logic, food should take almost half hour. So, yeah. It did not take half hour food. So maybe that's why some passengers didn't pick food and then got hungry later on. I don't know. So I think, let's say it takes 5 to 10 minutes for drinks. How about when we pass Rapper? When we pass Rapper, which is, you know, still a way away from descent. We'll do a check and maybe serve some drinks before landing. Let's try that, or maybe some alcohol. I think we'll do drinks, not alcoholic drinks, but yeah. That should be interesting. Hey, and again, as well, this plugin does, you know, how good our landing is, does massively impact our satisfaction rating. So I will be aiming for a very good landing if we can possibly do it. Now, the readings that we get in terms of feet per minute will vary between the overlay and self-loading cargo. They are most likely going to be different. It's very common that they take different readings, so we'll see about that. Yeah, clouds are starting to clear now. It's a pretty nice day out there. I mean, it is southern France, northern Italy territory where we are now, so it is starting to get warm. And it will, of course, get warmer by the time we reach later on, which is by the time we reach Cagliari, it's going to be even warmer because it's pretty much southern Italy. It's pretty southern, Cagliari. Should have had no further AEC after Gatwick. It was nice to have some ATC in Gatwick though. It just would have been nice to have some a little bit later on. Never mind, you know, no Italian control or whatever. But you know, we can only ask for so much, can't we? We're doing pretty good. I mean, can I look at anyone who's maybe... There's no drunk passengers on board. That's very nice. Why does it highlight some people? Oh, it's when you click on them. I don't know what the... Like, what does the star... Oh, is it gender? Is it gender, maybe? So, no, it's not gender. I wonder what is that black circle, then? In the middle of someone. And you can see there's our passengers, look. Oh, I need the toilet. There are a few people who need the toilet but aren't going. That makes no sense at all. How are our passengers? There are a few passengers that are 62%. Oh boy. Oh dear. That's not great. No. Who knows? It doesn't look that great though, does it? 62% health. I wouldn't advise that. It's cool. You can see the kitchens and you can see the toilets. You can see where cabin crew sit. It's absolutely amazing. We'll keep an eye on the health of our passengers. Obviously, it is a major thing for us. Oh my. Okay. I don't know what pink means. I think that's like before red. It's a bit of a weird one. Health 60%. Is that not at all worrying? Like 60%? No. Like 60% is a pretty low number for someone's health, isn't it? Or not? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's me just wondering, but you know. Also, the Wi-Fi doesn't appear to be getting the best of service right now. No one's thirsty, so we're all good on that. We've been flying an hour and 15 minutes so far. We have actually got a plane out to the right on the same flight level as ours. What direction is that heading in? I think it's it's a Eurowings heading to Cologne in that sort of direction. It shouldn't interfere with us at all. I think we'll be okay. We've got a bit of weather off to the left, a bit of turbulence, sort of strong weather, but you know, again, that is quite far away from us, so not much of an issue. not much of an issue at all. We're approaching Cologne, which means we are alongside Nice now, quite soon. So that is the very tip of France. Then we'll be heading over the Mediterranean, over to the first island. It's the French island, the one in the same area sort of as the Italian island, which is Sardinia, which is where Cagliari is. I'm going to have a look at my map now. Yeah, there it is. I discovered it. It's Corsica. I knew that. I recognised the name. But yeah, it's Corsica. Corsica. So we're going to be flying over Corsica. Actually, I can give you guys a little look at the route. There we go. So you can see we're flying over Nice, flying over into, and after this airway at Okrok, we join another airway, we head across Corsica, and then across into Sardinia, and then it's the descent into Cagliari then. Pretty nice approach. It's good, it's runway 14 is definitely my preferred approach for today. Almost certainly my preferred approach. We should get some new entry on Cagliari fairly soon, hopefully. We are closing in on that slower plane. It's doing 470 knots now, so speed's not that different. Looks like my phone's lost internet. Woohoo! Always does this. It should just connect by itself now eventually. Meanwhile, I can't see the stream on my phone. Never mind. We're just coming in range of Rome Fiumicino Tower, who are online, but obviously, again, that's Rome. Doesn't concern us at all. We're not flying into Rome. It is nice. I have flown into Nice on the sim before. There it is down there. But I've never flown into it on stream. I've only done it off camera. It's a pretty nice airport. There's some pretty weird procedures into it. Some of the stars are very long. It's one of those airports like London City. London City is a horrible airport for stars. If you head in from the north, you have to do a stupid detour for a star. It adds about 250 miles onto your routes in some cases. It's just like, no, that's silly, isn't it really? Hang a minute, I've only just noticed this. Why are we using way more fuel in the left side than we are in the right? They're meant to be even. They were even when we took off. Now I can't turn off the fuel pumps, obviously. Can I cross feed? How do I do that? Does it do it automatically? Can I cross feed between the two? Oh no. No. Okay, that is a bit odd. Why have we got... We have got a significant fuel deficit. And we started engine 2 first as well, so that's even more strange. I mean, we're going to be landing with the correct amount of fuel, so we obviously haven't lost any. We haven't, like, dumped it by accident or anything, but it's a bit strange. Again, I don't want to turn off the fuel pumps because that will probably turn off the engine, and I'm not going to be that stupid. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that person who does that, so... You know, I don't really know, but very interesting. I don't know if actually it does appear that the left side engine is using slightly more fuel. That could be it. I don't know. It's not too much of an imbalance. Hopefully, maybe it'll catch itself up. As long as obviously we haven't lost fuel, it is okay. As long as it isn't too far out of balance, it's also okay. So never mind. Passengers are looking good. It's 75% satisfied. Haven't we paid them a little look to see how some of our more health issue passengers are doing? You know, if they are dropping, then that will be an issue. Here it is, Joseph Quinn. He's the one that is the biggest issue. It's still 60, so we're okay. We're alright. We'll just keep an eye on it, but at the moment we're all fine. Obviously I do care for my passengers, it is quite an important thing. Around Rapper, I think I am going to serve some drinks before landing finally. No one's wanting drinks, everyone's wanting food, but we can't serve food, so I don't know what they want. Actually, you know what? Let's just serve drinks now. We haven't served them for about an hour. No, we've still got a bit longer to descend yet. We've still got 20 minutes. So I'll do it in 5 minutes. I might do it at Divil. At Divil, we'll serve them some drinks. Because that'll be about 19 minutes from descent. By the time they're done, it'll be 10 minutes. So that, you know, just pre-arrival refreshments we'll be serving them. It's a shame we can't do food, obviously, but we'll serve them some nice drinks right before we make our descent. It's been a pretty quick flight. We've flown, 600 miles almost now, so it's pretty good. We've only got 300 left. We're only 35 miles off going direct, so that's nice. It is a fairly long flight. This one a little bit longer than some of my typical flights, but still not that far off. Got some pretty nice tailwinds going right now. And when we turn left, those tailwinds will magnify even more, which will be nice. Now we are quite quickly approaching Okrop. I'm going to turn this down to 40 nautical mile range because there's so many waypoints coming up now, all within a very short gap. So it's getting a bit cluttered. Look on the screen, you've got the plane, you've got all these waypoints. Nah, too cluttered. We've got no ILS to tune, so no course to set or anything like that. I don't think there is even an ILS frequency or anything we can tune, is there? Is there a localizer frequency? We can tune the VOR for Cagliari, which is 1134. Even then I'm not that bothered, we'll leave it, we'll just leave it, but that's what it recommends, so we'll set that 1134 on the frequency. Actually, is there a light that's on down here as well? Yeah. What's going on? Why are the lights all on? It's really confused me. Why are there lights on? Why? It's almost weird. Right, there's Divil. So we'll go ahead and start serving some drinks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start serving drinks. Please make sure your tray is
You can see there, look, 76% satisfied. Hopefully that will continue up a little bit now as well. Just some pre-arrival drinks really is what we're serving them. That's the idea. Now I don't know how many people are going to actually want drinks. We'll have to see. We'll have to monitor what the cabin crew are doing. They're starting the drink service. They haven't quite done it yet, but let's watch them do a drink service. I don't know how this works. So I've never watched them do a drink service, so it'll be interesting to see, what they do. So this person's monitoring passengers here. This is the one doing the drink service. You can see serving drinks to all these rows here. Is that the only person doing drink service? And you can see that person there's requested a drink because they're not thirsty, but they were being served anyway. And you can see they are serving drinks to all the passengers that are requesting them, and that's very nice. It's very good. This Joseph Quinn is crazy hungry. Now that is worrying. That may cause them to have issues for health. I don't know how it works. Well, thank you. Nice. I hope you do enjoy the videos. Obviously, enjoying the daily uploads. Lots of Wreckfest. If you've got any games, maybe like BeamNG, you'd like to request or something. But yeah, I'm glad you are enjoying them. Obviously, that's why I do YouTube. I do streams, and I also do plenty of you know, plenty of videos as well. It's a bit of a both kind of channel. Breakfast Tour Mode, I have found is a great little thing to do some things on. But obviously, you know, that's why I do YouTube, so I enjoy it and everyone else enjoys it. Oh, the engine sound, unfortunately that is a bug with, not a bug, it's a thing with Flight Simulator. I'm playing FSX. When you click on another tab, it mutes the game. So I just clicked on another tab, mutes the game. Now there are fixes. There is one fixer is available, but it is not available for Steam Edition. And there are a few weird like code changes you can do. I have looked into this. But I'd rather just leave it, honestly, you know. I mean, there are a few issues I am aware of with Flight Sim. I'm just waiting for the new Flight Sim, you know. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the brand new Microsoft Flight Sim. And thank you, yeah, I do hope I reach 100 subs. I would absolutely love that. We're only 13 subs away now. You know, 100 subs. In the last month and a half now, I've been gaining over 20 subs. You know, I've been gaining about one every 2 days on average. It's been pretty good. So yeah, you know, road to 100, hashtag road to 100, I guess. But yeah. Right, they've almost finished with the drink service. The crew are very busy. But we're descending in about 115 miles, so about 16 minutes from now. So not long until our descent. Obviously, passenger satisfaction has actually gone down quite a lot. I don't know why, but it suddenly started plummeting. Despite the fact that we're serving them drinks, it's gone from like 66, like 76. Like it's going down rapidly. What's going on? Oh, some passengers didn't want to drink. Oh, hang on a minute. Wait, you lose satisfaction if they didn't want to drink. Well, it's their decision if they want to drink or not. Okay, that's a little bit confusing. Again, as I said, we do need to serve our passengers food, but for whatever reason, we can't serve them food. Just who knows why at this point, but never mind. That's how it is. Really, isn't it? That's just how it is. Yeah, so this is a lovely looking plane, this. It's nice. Very nice. We've got 73%. Yeah, that satisfaction has gone down by about 3% now because passengers didn't want drinks. That is a bit of a confusion to me, really. If you don't want to drink, don't complain about it, just don't take one. As you can see, look, I would like some food. I would like some food. It's things like that. So that obviously does show then that, you know, if we offer drinks and they don't want it, they get cross. What kind of person doesn't want drinks? I mean, you know, if you don't want one, just take one. Just don't take one. It's quite simple. But, you know, that's how that is, I guess. Who knows? Well, have we had some new weather through on Cagliari yet? No, we haven't. Is there a new METAR available? No, there isn't. Okay. Because I'm expecting some new weather through quite soon. We're going to make a quick right turn up here at Oakrock now. This is where we do hit onto another airway, and we might get maybe less in the way of a tailwind now. Unfortunately, we might struggle with that. They've almost finished serving drinks finally. We're not going to serve anything more now before the end of the flight. Show you about our satisfaction going down a little bit, but that's how it is, I guess. That's just, you know, it's a bit of a weird one. They're cross because they didn't want drinks, but they didn't have to take one, you know. You can say no, and you can see our satisfaction is constantly going down. I think what it is as well is the passengers that started off the flight a bit peckish and didn't take food earlier are now starting to reach starving point. So again, that will really impact on satisfaction. Because it's a bit of a weird one. Basically, I think maybe I served food a bit too early on in the flight. However, saying that, I think, no, I remember now, I didn't start the food. The cabin crew started the food by themselves because so many passengers were hungry. Well, I retract that statement then, never mind. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know why they're so cross. I mean, we have got, as you can see, if we hit hunger, particularly the back half of the airplane is very, very hungry. Maybe, hang on a minute, was the back half of the plane like not serviced or something? Look, these guys are all fine, and suddenly they're crazy hungry. That's worrying. Why is that? That's kind of odd. Well, maybe it's because they're in premium and they were served food. Maybe ones that weren't in premium don't get food. Is that why? No, because these guys aren't in premium and they got food. Weird. Weird. Never mind. Right, we are now turning, so we've lost a little bit of our speed now. We should be able to see our top of descent fairly soon now on here. I'll go down to 40 nautical mile range. Now I'm just going to check. Remember that little loop that the plane wanted to do on arrival? It is still there. What if I take out COVAS and then put it back in? It doesn't let me do that. Okay. So yeah, for some reason I might just have to take control of the plane manually or go direct COVAS when we hit it. I don't know, but there is some weirdness going on there. Now there's no need to report on Unicom about anything because there was nothing heading for Cagliari at all. So there's no need for that. We're all fine. But yeah, we should start to see our top descent if we're going to 80 nautical mile range. There it is. So yeah, the flight's gone by pretty quickly. I'm putting it into 40 nautical mile range because of all the close together waypoints now. I could just serve drinks again. I'm not going to go do it, Matt. I've already made passengers angry enough, I think, with serving too many drinks. You see, they just want food. They're like, I want food. Like, I can't serve you guys food, sorry. It's a shame, but never mind. But everything else is looking all good. Hopefully the landing this thing registers is pretty decent. We have got a little bit of a headwind now, and it's quite a strong wind, unfortunately. Oh well. That's that, I guess. Now we have got an EasyJet in the area. I'm heading to Olbia, which is also on the island of Sardinia, and it's taking a very similar route in. Its route ends at Corsi and it joins with us at AGO. So this small bit is taking the same route. It's currently at the same cruise altitude as us, and it's very close to us, but I'm hoping it'll start to descend by the time it joins our route, because it's flying to Olbia, which is a lot. It's on the UK side of the island, like the side that's closest to the UK, and my side is on the side that's furthest from the UK. It's heading from London Luton, and I'm heading from Gatwick. Let's check on that fuel imbalance. It is still there, but it hasn't got any worse, crucially. So I don't know, I guess we'll just have to ignore it. It's a bit weird, I don't know why. You know, obviously if both fuel tanks were even, and have been even all flight, it's quite odd that we should end up with a fuel imbalance. But never mind. I don't know how to cross-feed it into one particular tank though. Who knows? Doesn't seem to matter. So you can see we're approaching top descent now, just 50 miles. So we'll start to get Fly2. Newest, I got no clue honestly. I mean, they're a virtual airline, so they've got a 787. That's probably what it is. They've got 737, 757, 787. They're the three they operate. So newest out of that lot, probably the 787. I have flown the Fly2 787 on occasion as well. So by the looks, we're descending bang on 140 miles out, which is perfect. Have we got some new weather through? Yes, we have. It's now 1608 knots. I will preset the QNH. It's currently 1014. Transition altitude 6000. It's up to 27 degrees now. Very warm. And winds are actually variable at 8 knots between the runway direction. So, you know, the wind is pretty much perfect for a runway 14, which is what we're planning. So all good. All fine. Not bad. Anyway, it's a little bit cloudy over Corsica, where we are now. It's hopefully a little bit less cloudy over Sardinia, where we're heading. Yeah, ever since I served that second lot of drinks, their satisfaction went down by 4% and then hasn't really recovered. Oh well. Never mind. I guess they're upset about being served drinks. I mean, for some reason they're upset. Oh no, rip. How can I cancel that? Oh. I'm accidentally serving them alcohol. Oh, okay. Well, they might be upset about that as well, the fact that I'm serving them more drinks. Hopefully not. Well, there we go. What's that? Imbalance, yeah. We are now getting an imbalance warning. Seriously, you know, what's going on? There is some serious weirdness with our plane's fuel tanks. As I said, though, I do not want to go turning off the fuel pumps just in case the engines turn off. Actually, I'll look it up now. So, how to solve fuel imbalance 737. Okay, so the solution, as I thought, is to turn on the fuel crossfeed. Apparently, it's as a result of leaving the APU on too long. However, of course, you know, I didn't have the APU on very long, so that's a little bit strange. Yeah, hopefully the crossfeed will fix that. Who knows? Okay, it can't be the APU as well, because the APU takes fuel out of the right tank, not the left tank as well, so there is... It's a very weird thing, but as you can see, now I've switched on crossfeed, it is taking, I think, more fuel out of this tank. I need to turn off the fuel boost pumps. Yeah, someone else is saying it. It just happens sometimes. Yeah, it's a bug, I think. After you turn off the centre fuel tanks, obviously I don't use them very often because of the length of flights I do. And then the left tank suddenly showed 500 kilos lower, this person's saying. So you can see there, but you can rebalance it all fine. Apparently you need to turn off the fuel boost pumps. Oh, I need to set this for descent as well. So fuel boost pumps. And so the fuel pumps, is that those? The fuel boost? Those aren't called fuel boost pumps. I'll have a look to see if there is something called... You know, I want to be absolutely sure before I turn off the fuel pumps, just to make sure. There you go, I've done it now. Okay, nice. Cool. And we haven't ended up with an engine failure. That's because we're using... That's because, of course, we are using... crossfeed. I wouldn't want to try it without the crossfeed though, that would be dangerous. So as you can see now, it should stop burning fuel from this tank and burn it all from that tank. Once the imbalance is sorted out, I can then bring it back to normal. We are going to get a fuel warning on our recall, but never mind. We are, of course, now as well starting our descent. So stop descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, you'll be delighted to know that we will shortly be starting our descent, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you can make sure all aisles are clear for the cabin crew as they start making their way around the aircraft, it would be most appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, time to descend now. This thing probably will do quite a steep descent at first because of because of the small length. Now this thing won't actually burn that much fuel now during descent, and I would like to have both fuel pumps on and working for approach. So below 10,000 I am going to abandon this idea, and I'm just going to try and, obviously because the plane will be a bit difficult to fly, so you know, what?
You may have noticed we've begun descending to our destination. We're not expecting any delays, so
we said that once.
In the next 20 minutes or so. If you could assist the cabin crew by tightening the train hand and then
it's a different announcement.
It would be most appreciated.
It's okay.
For safety reasons, please turn off all electronic devices or switch to the airplane mode until after we've landed. Please also note that the aircraft toilets will shortly be out of use. Thank you.
Yeah, no need to report on Unicom if you've got nothing else heading for Cagliari or even near Cagliari, so we're all good in that respect of things. Now the fuel imbalance is slowly starting to solve itself. It's just very slow at burning the fuel. You know, obviously, really. But hopefully it will burn enough fuel slowly. Again, I will have to keep an eye on this in future flights. It appears to be a bit of a bug with switching off the centre tanks, which of course I did do on today's flight. So maybe that's what it is, I don't know. We didn't lose any fuel, because you can see our ETA on arrival fuel is the same, so there is clearly a bit of a weird bug going on, but never mind. You know, even if it isn't a bug, even if it is a mechanical issue, it doesn't matter, we're solving the problem now. And it's not a fuel leak, because otherwise fuel would still be going out of that tank now. So we're all good, just need to basically try and get as much fuel out of the right tank as possible, and then resume the left tank later on. That's basically what we've got to try and do today. As you can see there, we've already descended 5,000, so we're doing a pretty quick descent. It is a pretty quick plane at this, when you descend a certain amount of miles out. We're 120 miles out from Cagliari now, so not bad. So really not that long to go now, not that long to run. I'm also going to set all brakes too for landing now, just so I don't forget later. And also we are using a VOR approach today, so we're not going to have any frequencies to tune. We're doing it based on the Cagliari VOR, which is 113.4. So we're doing it based off the Cagliari VOR. Oh, I didn't set this down quite enough. Right, initial descent altitude is going to be 5,000 or above, so I'll set 5,000 and go on. That should be enough for now. I just noticed, I was like, what if I say 25,000? That's not good. That means we'll stop descending soon, which obviously we don't want. Now the fuel imbalance, because obviously we're using such a little amount of fuel on descent, it's taking a long time to go away, but you know, it's not too bad. We've got a little bit of turbulence there. Nothing appearing on the sort of weather radar though, so it's nothing too serious clearly. We've almost descended 10,000 feet now, so not bad. Still got 110 miles left to run. Still, you know, we've got 22 minutes, so still a little bit of time left to go. Not long now. So it's been gone pretty quickly this flight, really. The hour and 50 minutes. I think self-loading cargo's helped get us through a lot of that. It's a pretty cool plug-in. Now the fuel imbalance warning should go away when it's under 0.4. No, I'm positive it did before. It went away when it was under 0.4 apart. Maybe it was like 0.3. Once the fuel imbalance warning is gone, it is less of an issue to us, obviously. But we'll have to see, I guess. We'll have to see. I mean, that's the thing. Our aim is really make sure as much as possible can be burned from that right tank, but obviously it's not really possible to get rid of all of it. You know, that's just given, isn't it? You know, it's kind of quite obvious. But there we go. 71% satisfied, so they are getting less and less satisfied, probably. It has been a little bit bumpy. Okay, no one's bothered about that. It's food. And some passengers are anxious to get off the plane. And it sounds like someone's eating on Unicorn. I'm positive I just said someone eating then. Oh, there we go. It won't surprise me. Oh dear. Deary, deary me. Welcome to Vatsim. Right, we have started to slow down our descent rate a lot, which hopefully will mean we have to use the engines a bit more. And we can burn off that fuel imbalance then. So we aren't going a little too slowly, but this thing doesn't seem to mind that part of it. We're passing through 23,000 feet now, so seatbelt signs can probably come on about 15,000. We've got no clouds or anything. We'll probably turn it on around 15,000-ish. It's generally the best time to turn it on. As you can see, everyone is seated on our plane. They are starting to secure themselves now, more of them. So, you know, that's good. Even without turning on the seatbelt sign, they're doing that. Oh, we got a little thing from Skytrack. 1349. That's because we've been in the air for 2 hours block time now. 1349. And then retreating back to Unicom. There we go. All good. It's perfectly happy with that. Oh, that's the tower, I think. I accidentally clicked the wrong button to move the camera. There we go. That's better. 88 miles left to run now, so we've still got quite a bit of time. That fuel imbalance is still, you know, not cured yet. I think it's under, like, maybe 0.3, let's see, under 0.3 of a difference, which will come quite soon. I am tempted to throw in some custom speed, maybe 275, 280 knots to help us burn the fuel, but you know, I don't think that'll be necessary. I'd rather not land with a fuel imbalance, obviously, and I would rather reinstate both tanks by the time you know, I get to approach, but I guess maybe that won't be possible. We'll have to see how much this thing burns. It is actually losing some speed though. We are going a little too slowly in my opinion, even for what the plane wants to be doing. We're doing 6 knots less than that, 6-7 knots. We're doing a pretty steady 1600 feet per minute, 1500 feet per minute sort of descent. So that's kind of, you know, nice and standard really. Transition height to remember is 6,000. Weather's looking all good. And we'll just maintain our descent from here really. We're coming up on 18,000, which is where you're no longer allowed to serve any drinks or food or anything like that. As you can see, everyone's just starving. That's what everyone's saying. They're starving. Apparently, the view is lovely. I've got to say, it is actually a pretty nice view. I think it's pretty amazing, though. I mean, like, because it is a nicer view than we had in the UK, and they've got the intelligence, like the AI of this, to know that. I think that's really cool. Or maybe it's just random, and who knows, and it's a bit of luck, but who knows. Right, we're approaching where, you know, if it did turn out that under 0.3 was where the fuel imbalance was, we would cure the fuel imbalance. Hopefully, you know, it will be able to be cured pretty soon. There's 18,000. Actually, we can still serve drinks, apparently, so who knows about that. I'll be setting on the seatbelt signs around 15,000, you know, before we start slowing down and all that. During the best of the time. If there's no weather about, it is the best time to do it. It's not too cloudy about, so there's no turbulence, no nuts weather. There's a little bit of turbulence there, I felt. Not too bad. Right, let's turn on the seatbelt signs now. Go on. Oh, it won't let me turn them on inside that because it's automatic, but I will be able to turn them on inside the PMDG. Again, sadly, you know, this plugin isn't linked to the plane totally just yet. It can monitor things like landing lights, and it can monitor, I mean, as we saw, it actually managed to close the door in Gatwick, so it's capable of basic things like that, but it isn't capable of things like turning on the seatbelt sign and then knowing about it. So the plugin will do it automatically at 10,000. It's a bit dumb that, you know, generally, you know, in real life, the pilot does not do any of the service, and yet you do that in this. And in real life, the pilot does do the seatbelt sign, but you can't do it in self-loading cargoes. A little bit the wrong way round, but I guess never mind, I'm not complaining. No, oh well. Right, this weirdness that's going on up here, as you can see, there's a little weirdness going on. What if I go direct to Covas? From here, there we go, that's going to get rid of our slight massive well, loop kind of thing that it was. How is it unable 250 knots? Oh, it's because is it max 250 knots? Yes, okay, I'll set 240 then, because it won't want to do any more than that. And there you go, this thing is actually going to start going a bit more nuts. Now the fuel imbalance warning I'm expecting to go soon, hopefully. I need to put in the speed brakes actually to help maintain this steeper descent for a little bit. Because obviously I've had to go direct to Covas to get rid of the slight, well, it thinking we had to do a loop-the-loop for no apparent reason. There we have now caught back up, 13,000 feet. The fuel imbalance warning's still there, so I don't know what's going on there. Even though it's not actually that much of an imbalance anymore. You know, the imbalance warning came on a lot later than that. So who knows, I guess. But I would like to reinstate both fuel tanks now if possible. around 10,000, because that's when we are going to probably need, you know, it's better to have the plane on both fuel tanks. Like, this can go down to 20 nautical mile range now, because obviously below 10,000 you can't really have anything unusual going on with the plane. It's not advised. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. So yeah, this approach, we are basically heading in to 15 miles out from Cagliari, and then we'll turn right after that, after we're 15 miles out from Cagliari VOR, and then we'll make a turn 13 miles out from Cagliari to 11 miles out, 8 miles, 6 miles, 1 mile. Now all the waypoints have actually been put in by the plane itself anyway, so we're okay on that. There's no issue there. Right, I'm going to get both fuel tanks up and running now. Oh, and then make sure crossfeed is turned off. And, you know, we have got a slight imbalance still, but it's the best I can do. Now, you know, I want all fuel pumps to be working for landing. And also we're going to start using less fuel now anyway. We've mostly solved the imbalance, we've got it down to a lot less. It's a bit weird as to why it happened. Hopefully now it won't get any worse. In fact, it's still proceeding to use the right tank, it seems, a little bit more. But there it is, they're slowing down to 240 knots to meet the speed restriction below 250 knots. Now we are going to have to pretty quickly turn on the landing lights as soon as we pass 10,000 feet, because it's very fussy. This plug-in, when you turn on and off the landing lights, has to be pretty much exactly within 10,000. It does seem to moan at you quite a bit for it. There you go, we've slowed ourselves down pretty good. Okay, bring in the speed brakes now. This thing can slowly descend now at 240 knots. Only 45 miles left to Cagliari now. We'll just check it's doing the correct turn. Yeah, I've got the chart up on my other monitor as well, so I can see exactly what we're doing on approach. The seatbelt signs should turn on pretty soon. Well, the ones that are inside self-loading cargo anyway. As you can see, there's actually 3 people out their seat. I wouldn't be doing that on descent, but you know, that's, I guess, how some people are. Right, there's 10,000, on go the landing lights. And the seatbelt sign should just go on itself. There it is. And you can see everyone now is going to instantly buckle themselves up. We have still got a few people who are not like that, but yeah. What on earth? It sounds so weird, that cabin crew voice. It sounds like a child speaking into some muffled mic, like quite quietly. It's a bit of a weird sound, honestly. There are some sound packs that people have made for different airlines, and maybe we'll try one of them out sometime. Now there is a warning saying the toilets are inaccessible. Now I do know that, but obviously I'm guessing there were a few people. They go, everyone's back in their seats now. There's one person who hasn't got their seatbelt on for some reason. You know, I'd advise them to have their seatbelt on, but you know, if they don't want a seatbelt sign on, I can't force them. That's the cabin crew's job to get them to do that. As you can see there, I don't know why it's telling me that toilets are inaccessible and that they're locked. That's kind of obvious, so I wouldn't expect anyone to be using the toilet at this stage of flight anyway, but never mind, I guess. And you can see it has actually started using fuel from both tanks now, so that fuel imbalance, you know, obviously it will continue, unfortunately. That's how it is, though I can't do anything more than what I have done, which is, you know, really I should have, if I didn't know what to do though until I got the warning. Coming for landing. So the cabin will be prepared for landing now. We've still got one more person who, for whatever reason, doesn't have they're not seated. They haven't got their seatbelt on. Right, we'll turn off the Wi-Fi now. We do not need Wi-Fi at this altitude, below 8,000. People can't even use their electronic devices at this low altitude anyway, so it's a bit odd that they're going to be upset about it, really, but never mind. And we're due into Cagliari in 29 minutes, so you can see we are pretty much on time. We're gonna be landing in about 10 minutes time, I should think. So not too long. And we'll tell cabin crew seats for landing at Turret probably, which is where we're going to start doing all our crazy turns and things. And you can see there's still one person, look, who doesn't have their seatbelt on. Well, they're the one who's going to like end up with problems after we land, so I'm not complaining about them, but there we go, that's interesting, I guess. It's a little bit weird. Right, this can go down to 3,000 now. As we're getting quite close to 5,000. We're approaching transition altitude. Just one last check of the weather. QNH 1014, 170 at 8 knots. Right, QNH can be set now. There's not really much of a difference. As you can see, the new weather is there and good. I need to slow down a bit more though. I'm going a little too quickly. There's no speed restrictions on this arrival apart from the maximum of 250 knots, which is expected. So it'll be done when we hit the decel marker. Right, we're approaching Turret now. Let's go ahead and tell cabin crew seats for landing.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing. Thank you.
So the cabin crew will start to sit down now and get themselves ready for landing. Team a bit bumpy approaching Cagliari. Now on the charts it does. What on earth? Why is that texture not loading in? Textures. Hello. Oh, there you go. They were just very slow. Yeah. So according to the charts, we have got to watch an airport called Decimomanu. That is on final. That is it there on final. So we got to make sure we don't land at the wrong airport, obviously. There we go, cabin secured, crew are seated. There's one person that, maybe it's a bug, but they haven't got their seatbelt on. Worrying a little bit. We're going to start slowing down now at the decel point as we are on our arrival now. This can go down to 2,300 feet. Which is the initial altitude for the VOR. Missed approach altitude is 5,000 today. So I'll make sure I set that later on. We've got to make sure we fly smoothly, have a smooth landing. To make sure we don't upset those passengers back there. Obviously. Now if we're on the approach, I don't really think anything's going to happen, is it? Oh, there is actually a glide path it can follow. Remember, we have pre-tuned the VOR to 113.4, the Cagliari VOR. No planes in the area where we are right now. None at all. Right, there's 4,000 feet. We're starting to fully descend now, so let's go ahead and grab... We'll grab... flaps 2. Ready for landing. Toilets are locked is apparently an issue, but I don't know. But again, a bit old. I mean, obviously the toilets are locked, so I wouldn't expect anyone. Hey, is there someone in the toilets? No, there isn't, because 166 are seated. I don't think it counts the toilets as seated, does it? Good. There's no one in the toilets, just to make sure. Yeah, we have got some people who are very hungry. Health is not an issue though, it's all fine. Now who knows what's going on with half of, obviously everyone's really hungry, but I don't know why they're hungry. I don't know why we've got one person who refuses to put their seatbelt on, but never mind. I'm going to set flaps 10, which is the minimum flaps I can ever set. No, I've never tried X-Plane. So in terms of flight sim, I have made up the decision to, I went flaps 15 by mistake. That's why it's yelling at me. Now, I've never tried X-Plane. I know they have the free Zebo. That would be, it's a great thing for X-Plane, that, or any flight sim, but I'm going to wait. I'm waiting until the new FSX, the new Microsoft flight sim that's going to come out. I can't wait for that. And you know, I don't want to go rebuying all my add-ons and everything, and then just swap over to another sim anyway. So, but, you know, I've seen people play X-Plane. It does look like a pretty decent flight sim. This, you know, this isn't the best of flight sims out there, right? Engines can come into the continuous position, and is that's not it, is it? I don't think that is it. Engine start switches, yes. Recall, yes. Arm, speed brakes, flaps, and landing lights. Okay. Right, on the approach now. And we'll set the heading to runway heading, which is 137. Why don't we set the course to that as well, just in case it makes a difference. I don't know whether it will or not.
2500.
And there we go. Hopefully the plane will get the hang of the approach now. Our satisfaction is going down quite a lot, actually. Who knows why? A few people are nervous. Wi-Fi is slow. That's because we're at 3,000 feet and you're not meant to be on your electronic devices, but never mind. Right, I can now see the airfield. We have got some pretty nice Cagliari scenery, as I said, installed. We're still a little bit far out, so not time to drop the gear just yet. 10 miles out. I'm still waiting on, you know, any kind of... Actually, I'm at 1,700 feet, so I'll let it descend down to 1,700. There isn't... Yeah, we haven't captured any sort of glide slope at the moment. Right, I think I've slowed down as much as I can for now. We will continue to slow down more afterwards. Yeah, there's still one person who doesn't have their seatbelt on. As you can see, this is the Cagliari scenery that we have. We've got some nice, you know, nice little extra buildings over here. They're part of the scenery, and then you've got what is actually a pretty decent scenery. There are a few planes on the ground that are like static as part of the scenery as well. So there are some lovely touches in this scenery. Now, I can't see anything coming in from the VOR approach just yet. Is it time to drop the gear? We're still 7 miles out. I'll wait until we've passed FS14. And then we'll be on a direct course then. Oh, great, I've just looked now, and like the Southern France Centre just came online, so we would have had ATC from them. That would have, obviously that was quite a while ago now. We are now 5 miles out. Right, I'm taking control of the aircraft from here. Go on, altitude is set. On the speed brakes, gear can come down. Cancel the warning, and right, let's start our slow down, yeah, because obviously we are a little bit off course. That's how the approach runs. And yeah, the glide path and things are starting to activate now. Right, we can go flaps full now, and down to our landing speed of 138 knots. However, I haven't actually been given clearance. I haven't been given control of the speed just yet. Right, anyway, forget that. Let's take control of the speed here then. We're now on course. I can now follow the path a little bit better. We're pretty much on course now. Our speed bug is going all over the place. We're a little bit quick, so I'll make sure to change that. Everything's all set up then for landing. Just got to make sure it's a pretty gentle arrival now. That is quite important to this plug-in. Right, idle the plane so we can hopefully slow down. This plane is having some slight issues. There's minimums, continue. Yeah, this thing is having small problems slowing down. It also hasn't gone flaps full, although it has now. That could be why we were struggling with slowing down as well. Looks like we've got a slight crosswind, it almost feels like, by the look of the plane. Never mind.
200.
And there you go, we are now all good and ready.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
You got idle the power now, come on plane. I don't want to float it too much. There you go, minus 234, not bad. Right, reverse is out. Minus 238, oh, they had the same result, that's rather nice. Right, we're going to miss Delta here, we're going to go to Echo. There's 70 knots, reverses in. And manual braking, there we go. Minus 238, not a bad rate, it's nice. Nice landing, that's still positive, that means. That means we got positive feedback from our landing. And here we go, that is us here in Cagliari. Stop the clock there, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Stop, turn off the landing lights. On goes the APU. And everything else is all good. Right, we'll just stop now and vacate the runway to the left. And we can disarm speed brakes and retract the flaps. And that is us. Butter. It wasn't quite butter, but pretty good. Anyway, let's turn ourselves to the left now. We're going to be using gate. Let's have a look at the charts here. I'm fancying gate number... Let's take 15. Can we take 15? Gate 15 is probably one of the closest. So we'll taxi all the way down Alpha now, and then down Hotel into the apron. And that is... Oh, so they go disarm the brakes as well. That is us on the ground here. Minus 238, so not the worst of landings. Got any comments on that landing? Badly behaved passengers showing us... Oh, we've got a few badly behaved passengers apparently. Interesting. I thought I already turned off the Wi-Fi unless it turned it on again. Could be. No announcements for us today, so we'll go ahead and turn ourselves right here. It's a very nice scenery this. You've got, you know, these nice little markings on the floor. There you go, gates 15 to 1, look, you can see. It's a very nice little bit of free scenery this.
Cabin crew doors to manual, please.
I use a yoke. A Logitech Cytec yoke. A Cytec yoke, you know. Nice standard yoke. Right. Gates 15. There is 15. Look, so that's why I chose 15. Pretty much the closest one to us, isn't it? I thought I stopped the clock. No. And then we'll turn right at gate 15. It's a pretty decent scenery this. As I said, for free scenery it is really nice. And we turn in. Oh, a little bit misshapen on the angle there. Actually no, it's correct because the angle's a little bit off. We'll use the white line, I guess, to judge our parking. There we go. Go a little bit off course, then turn right, and there we go. Perfect, that is ours. Almost totally on the ground and finished. There we go. Pretty good parking there. Nice, there we go. And we'll get APU power on and the engines can come off. That fuel imbalance in the end, not too bad. We haven't got a warning anymore at least. Very good parking, GSX says. Little bow, not bad. And this is telling me to open the doors. Obviously I'm going to have to wait. I'd rather wait for GSX first, but...
Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open doors. Thank you.
It does it so quickly. Like, how can you do it that quickly? Seriously. How can you, like... turn on... The doors never open that quickly. And you can see, actually, it does it by itself. At least the front door.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, once again, I hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. On behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, we wish you a safe and pleasant journey from the airport and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for flying with us.
Turn off the music and everything. Everything's all good then. We'll make sure... Now I'll go to ground connections, get the wheel chocks on, and we can get ground power on as well. And the EPU can come off. Fuel pumps can now come off. And that is us on the ground. We'll get the flight directors off as well. And there we go, we can open the back door as well for passengers, should they need it. And you can see now passengers are also going to start deboarding now. So that's nice. How do we end a flight on this? It's one thing I don't actually know. I'm guessing you have to, I mean, yeah. Let's be able to end it somehow. I think we have to wait for everyone to deboard, maybe. Now, that is us in Cagliari. I'll stop the flight on Fly2. 885 miles we flew today, so not bad. Large flight right. Off go the anti-collision lights. The electric gens can come off, and actually the packs can stay in auto. It doesn't really matter. Everything else is turned off, everything else is all good. So we can just go outside and they go. GSX is going to start deboarding passengers now. Oh, I forgot, we told GSX obviously earlier that we had 16 passengers, so that's why they've sent one of those. Sorry. I hope you really enjoyed this trip. Yeah. We can disconnect ourselves from Vatsim now. Yes, thank you for tuning in. Obviously. Right, they're still waiting on the baggage, I think. I don't think they've already done it, have they? Oh, they have actually already done it. It's because we told GSX we had 16 passengers, unfortunately. That was my own fault. I accidentally, instead of typing 166, I just typed 16. That's, you know, oh well. We'll leave the front door open because, you know, the other ones are using it. They're deboarding cargo. It's going to take 7 minutes, apparently. Right, let's get everything turned off. I don't want to go cold and dark. You know what, let's turn off all the packs and everything now. Just get everything off. Make sure the plane's a bit quieter. You know, it can be quite a loud plane, this one. So we won't go fully cold and dark, obviously, because we've got because we still have got passengers deboarding, of course. So obviously, you know, they're not going to want the power to just suddenly cut from the aircraft. That's as much as we can cut, I think, without making this thing go cold and dark. Also, we want to keep the battery on and everything. There we go, that is us in Cagliari. Right, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the deboarding of these guys. And there we go, we can now view the flight report. So you can see here, nice landing, 67%, and it did improve a little bit as well, so we did manage to make our passengers a little bit happier. We left bang on time and managed to arrive. What on earth? What on earth? That's... I think they're cleaning the aircraft. That's too loud. How do I turn that down? I can't turn it down. Can they stop cleaning the aircraft, please? Why can't I turn it off? Just ignore that. Right, view our flight report then. Nice landing, as you can see there. Your airspeed was well above 250 knots. What? No, it wasn't. That may be a miscalculation. Maybe it was reading it wrong, but it wasn't. It did maintain below 250 knots, but oh well. Right, in summary, what, A+, you communicated effectively with the cabin crew. Landing was good, passengers remained comfortable. Overall, passengers were slightly happier after flying with you. So there we go. That is that. They've finished making that horrible noise now. We can now go cold and dark as well. So we need to turn off, you know, everything now. And that should now be everything cold and dark. There we go. That is us finished with, you know, flight. Honestly, you know, that was absolutely a really fun flight. That from self-loading cargo. And you can see here, look, you've got a little bit of information as well about our flight today. So I'm very happy about that. I did really enjoy that. It's good fun that you can do this with it. But anyway, guys, that is it. They're going to close the doors now, actually, themselves. That's pretty cool. And that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave you with the background music. Be sure to tune in on Saturday morning, 8:30. No, not 8:30, sorry. It is, I think, 9:55 BST. We will be flying from Frankfurt to Dubai as part of the Fly to Dubai event, or Vatsim. We'll have full ATC, hopefully. But anyway, that is it. Guys, I will see you in the next stream, and bye-bye. Bye-bye. How many bye-byes can I say? Bye-bye!